We're live.
And welcome to the Seal Podcast, episode number 196 for the 20th of October, 2023. My name is Fraser. I'm joined on my left by Dave.
Hello.
And on my right by Neil.
Hello.
Thanks again for joining us. It's nice to be back. We made it. We're here again.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
Boys, all right?
Yeah,
you good?
Yeah. Not bad. Not bad.
Good.
Usual.
All right. Well, there won't be any football, will there?
No.
Very little or none.
Well, there has been international football.
Yeah, but we don't really do that, do we?
No. Deadlines
Tomorrow,
11 a.m. on Saturday, UK time.
Should we discuss changes? I made changes today. Or yesterday. I hoofed Rams. I was going to sell Haaland.
Wow, that's a bold move.
I don't think so. I think the money he frees up for some really decent players like Son and maybe Matt. I was looking at eyeing up Son and Madison, but maybe who's Watkins, Ollie Watkins.
I can switch from Jesus to Watkins without and still have Haaland.
But
and to have Salah.
Yeah, but I think. But I thought, you know what? I've got a feeling Haaland's about to do some damage.
He's missed more big chances than any other player in the league this year, but he's also top scorer in the league.
Yeah, and I think Brighton have already shown that they can ship goals.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's probably going to be 0-0 tomorrow.
Probably.
Man City at home, Liverpool at home to Everton. That's a bit of a I was looking back at the history, thinking, could I go Salah captain? No, I don't think so.
No,
we're probably going to score a hat trick tomorrow. Everton have improved, but they've got the lowest XG conceded or something in the league. Something stupid somehow.
Right.
Something. Oh, they got one of the best stats for either goal attempts or goals conceded. I can't remember, despite being fucking shit for most of the season.
Yeah.
Well, we beat them, so they must be well shit. But,
who's the Lutes got this week?
We are away to Forest. It's the big derby, the big Seal podcast derby.
Yeah, let's go. I finally got hoofed Ramsdale. That's the one thing I did want to do.
He's probably going to play this weekend now, isn't he?
Yeah, but it's just too. I've already rode the luck with what's his face from Fulham, Leto or Leno, or whatever his name is.
Jay Leto.
And I just got a feeling that I need the cover. It's crazy trying to go all the way with just one keeper.
Have you gone with Turner then?
I went with Chelsea keeper. I forgot his name.
Sanchez,
yeah. He seems to be playing every game for them.
They've got a bit of a tough-looking few fixtures coming up, though, Chelsea.
Yeah, I'm not worried about that, though. I mean, it's just, I think
Who wants their goalkeepers to keep clean sheets anyway?
Well, whatever. He's in. I don't need to worry about him, right? That's the thing.
You did your wild card, or not?
No, not yet.
No.
Yeah,
keeping the powder dry.
Not yet.
Yeah, I got.
When do we get another one? So we have this one. We get another one. Do we?
January, I think.
Oh, we get another one, do we?
In January, yeah, but
Ooh.
That's the last one, so that's got to be the good one. You got to make the most of that one.
Well, you got to make
African Cup of Nations in the new year, so a lot of African-based players will be disappearing.
Do they stack?
What?
I can't remember.
No, I don't. I think you lose it if you don't use it the first one.
Yeah. So I might use it in a few weeks.
There's another international break in November. That might be a good opportunity. Game week 12, 13, I think. So, been a few players obviously coming back from long distance journeys. The old South Americans have been away again. A lot of Brazilians now, and Argentinians, and Paraguayans, and Colombians, and Ecuadorians. We've had a late one. I think Uruguay beat Brazil the other day.
No.
Yeah, Neymar's done his cruciate ligament. Not that affects us because he plays in Saudi.
Uruguay have won the World Cup a number of times.
Yeah, not for a long time.
Yeah,
not
in the 50s or 60s. Yeah.
I think they won the first one, didn't they?
It was in Uruguay as well, but it was only about 5 teams in it, I think.
Oh, right.
But, history though.
I've won it. Oh,
yeah.
That's
it.
The name's on it.
Do they only win it once? Actually, Canada have not won the World Cup.
I think they won the first 2. Uruguay. I'm sure they won the first 2.
I think they've won a couple. Yeah.
Have a look at their shirt. How many stars is on it? Anyway.
Anywho, all right. Well,
who's that?
let's not.
Snoogans is in the chat. Says international football is shite.
Oh,
Well,
there you go. You heard it
it
here
was quite
first,
good the
folks.
other day because we beat Italy. So revenge is
Yeah,
sweet and all that.
That's always a good time.
Yeah, I didn't bother watching it because I was like, because I have the opinion that generally international football is shite. But yeah, it turns out we did all right the other night. I come down to watch Harry Kane score his third goal. Missed his
Oh, yeah.
penalty. But yeah, he scored a good goal, third one.
Good.
Good, strong forward play. Held off a couple of defenders.
He's a
Nice.
man mountain, isn't he?
Mate, we looked pretty decent the other night. So even with Southgate in charge.
Well, we don't like Southgate anymore.
No, it's just
all
no.
right.
We don't, like I said before. He's the most successful England manager in decades. If not, he hasn't won anything yet. But
So why would you say even with?
Because it's a bit boring, isn't it? Like the attacking talent we have in the squad, it's always a bit boring. But there we go.
All right.
You got to do
Fair
what
enough.
you got to do to win, isn't it? International football, don't get many games. Can't look at you like it's not like the league where you can if you fuck up one week, then you got next week. It's only like a few days to the next game, isn't it? So make up for it. But
Yeah. Wise words, Neil.
indeed.
All right. Well, let's not dwell on football too long then. Let's enjoy the fact that we really don't have much to talk about this week. Let's move on to the listener stuff, which is far more interesting, particularly this week. Right. Okay. We'll start with Colm, friend of the show, says Spider-Man 2 or Mario Wonder. You can only choose one. Which one and why? I'll choose Mario Wonder. I'm not a Spider-Man fan. I would like to play them at some point, but I haven't.
You could do.
And
they're
and I love Mario games. They're great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying like you're always gonna have a great Mario game.
Well, what's the bad one then?
Well, it's not. I'm not going to say they're bad. It's just that
It's
I've not
only good,
enjoyed
not
them.
great.
No, I've not enjoyed them. So the things like the Mario parties and
Yeah, but that's not a Mario game. Is
Mario
it?
Sunshine.
It's just got Mario's
wasn't that
name on it.
cool? Yeah, whatever. Yeah, you're right. Okay, sorry. Okay, I retract my statement.
You know what he means by Mario games.
Yes.
Well, I'm going to have to go
yeah.
Mario as well, I think.
Oh yeah, we all agreed.
Because as good as Spider-Man is, I got a bit tired of the first one. So, Miles Morales was perfect. Good length, it were, and all the action was there from the first one. But it didn't overstay its welcome. It was good.
Yeah.
But I feel like Spider-Man 2 is going to be another huge game that I can't be arsed with.
Right.
I'll
They're
run out of
put
steam.
so much into it, right?
Yeah. I'm sure it's all very good, but yeah, I'll just.
Yeah, I know.
I get that whole open world distraction of
we're getting old and get tired easily.
It's nice the fucking there's a crime happening here, so you better go and stop that happening. All of the hold ups and all of that shit. That used to piss me off. Well, when you're trying to do the storyline and you get a little thing that you got to deal with because you're the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, obviously, so you can't just let it pass, can you? You have to go and deal with it.
No. Yes, you have to go deal with it.
Yeah. So that's annoying.
All right. Well, that's 3-3 for Mario. Thanks, Colm. Appreciate that. By the way, you should go check out Colm's podcast. Which Jesus, I've forgotten now. It's just the name just escaped me. Just looking at. I'll come back to you on that one.
This is a standard Fraser.
Oh man,
Colm needs to do some.
It's all on my iPad, so I can't even check it. But with the name,
you need to
last save loaded. That was it.
Yeah.
Last save loaded. Sorry, mate.
Andy, put your podcast in your comments, Colm. We'll shout you out every week.
Yeah. Oh, shout outs for sure. Andy Cox, friend of the show, says, "Evening. Great to hear your answers to my gigs question last week. Fraser, was that the Old Trout in Windsor you were on about last week as your local venue?" Yes, it was, Andy. Yeah, tons of bands through there.
I randomly
Yeah,
saw that apparently the Clash played in Leighton Buzzard many
yeah?
years ago. Yeah, I
Oh,
don't know. It
yeah.
came up when I was scrolling for something else. I was like, oh,
Nice.
there you go. Didn't know that. I think I was a bit before my time, to be fair.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit.
Funnily enough, I was thinking about that question for Andy after the podcast, and I went for a drink in the pub that Andy was saying about in the Camden with my daughter.
Yeah.
There's a rooftop terrace overlooking Camden Market. Absolutely awesome. But I went inside to go to the toilet, and I think we sat in there because it started raining. And it's an awesome venue for music. If it's the one that he's talking about, there's like a sort of a bar. Well, there's a bar at the bottom, and it's a big, long, sort of open event like area, and then you've got above an overlooking bit, and there's
Like a
tables.
mezzanine, right?
Oh, yeah, I can imagine music being absolutely awesome there. So yeah, Dingleberries, I think it was. They
Okay.
were saying about
Dingleberries.
Dangleberries.
Angle, yeah. It's the pub next to the canal in Camden Market.
Bag
Um,
nuts.
and yeah, like
These nuts.
these nuts. If the Orbit are on, I looked on the website, but I couldn't see them on the website to pick up tickets. But I'd definitely be up for going to it because that it would be really cool going seeing there. It looks like
Nice.
an awesome venue. Obviously, London rates and all.
Of course.
Sorry.
That's all right. No, he says about the Old Trout in Windsor. I think everyone played there in the early 90s. A legendary venue. It was indeed no longer there. Turned into a Browns. Whatever. Fuck it. Turned into a gastropub or some bullshit. Football is back this weekend, and my question is, how do you follow it at the weekend if your team isn't being shown on the usual channels? Do you listen to the radio, watch a Moody stream on the internet, or use Twitter / X, watch Soccer Saturday, etc.? As a kid of the 70s, I grew up listening to football on the radio and still love to listen to it on there. Here's another question after this. Let's answer that one first.
I do a bit of all of the above, I think.
I get updates about Arsenal and Northampton on my mobile device. I just have it
Arsenal?
pinned. Yeah, because I like to rib my brother-in-law.
Oh, does he support Arsenal? So you only...
Yeah.
It's only good to know. That, I would just might as well turn that off lately because you ain't going to get much ribbing done this season.
Yeah. No, it was used as a ribbing device.
Ooh,
Um,
Oh, jeez. Louise.
So yeah, I
I
love listening to the radio. I love listening to the radio whenever we've got a live game. But my team's not usually on the radio. They're on the local radio, but I can only get that on DAB now. Like,
there was one of the World Cups where some smart cookie, they were watching the games on TV and doing their own commentary and streaming their commentary on the internet. I think that's what it was.
Well, they weren't showing the video.
No.
There's a guy called, I think it's Mark Goldbridge. He's a Man United guy. He Twitch streams live. He watches the Man United game and then swears a lot.
And then calls
generally.
it.
It's just while he's watching it.
Well,
I won't do moody streams on the internet anymore. I can't be bothered.
No, Captain Malware will be all over your devices.
No, with Formula One, I like to listen to it on the radio if I can't, if I'm in the car, and I can't, and I'm not watching it.
You good luck with doing that these days?
Yeah, no, I don't think they even do it on 5 Live anymore.
It's on Sports Extra. That's another DAB job you need.
Oh, I've got that in the car. Yeah.
1990 World Cup, Cameroon v England. I had to listen to on the radio in Nottingham.
Was that in black and white as well?
It seemed like it was black
1990.
Yeah.
It might have been. It wasn't widescreen, maybe.
Well, it was definitely the radio. Yeah. Because it was
yeah,
a crappy student flat where they didn't even have a TV.
Wow. Certainly didn't have a license for one. That's one I'd imagine.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
I do watch some Soccer Saturday occasionally, and I have. I follow Luton News on the Twitter, and they post regular updates throughout the game, usually complaining about referees or Garth Crooks.
Oh, yeah.
Quite a lot, yeah.
Why? What's Garth Crooks been up to?
Oh, he's always saying that we're basically shit and we're going to be down by Christmas.
Oh, okay. I mean, he's
and
not
he
wrong, is
can't
he?
take us seriously because we haven't invested in Premier League quality players, because you can just do that from like fucking nowhere.
From nothing. Yeah, right. Yeah.
Like,
He says, second question, the next international break is next month from the 13th of November. I think, as Neil already mentioned. Will your team still have the same manager by then, or who do you think is next to go? Cheers. Well, I think Chelsea will definitely still have their manager.
well, I don't know. If they lose the next 4, they might not. But,
Well,
I think we'll have the same manager. I can't see us getting rid of him no matter what happens this season. I don't think we really expect to stay up. We would like to, and we will try to, but I think the plan is planning for the inevitable of going down again.
You're being reasonable. You're reasonable people, right?
They haven't gone crazy and done at Forest when they came up and just spent. We haven't got a fucking mega rich owner like they had. Who just spent fucking loads of money and had about 100 players. But they paid off. They stayed up, and they've moved on this season. So we'll see. But I can't see us getting rid of Rob Edwards, because we could.
Dave?
If we do go down, we could win the championship the next season. Who knows?
Yeah.
I don't know enough about it.
Okay.
Is Mikel Arteta going to get the sack? No, not the way things go.
No. Okay, thanks, Andy. Appreciate it.
Hang on, who do you think is going to be the next one to go then?
Oh, who do you think is the next to go? Don't know. Whoever Neil suggests.
Bournemouth. The Bournemouth guy. There's going to have been like another. They're going to get rid of him again. They'll go through like 3 managers in 2 years.
Okay.
Maybe 4. I can't remember.
All right, Bournemouth. Okay, thanks, Andy. Chinny says, and let's just say congratulations to Chinny, who now is the proud owner of Baby Girl.
Owner of a Baby Girl.
Yes.
Awesome.
Congratulations to Chinny.
Yes.
I can't tell you how happy I was to hear that news. I really was. So that's fantastic.
Nice to have some good news, isn't it?
Yeah, Rosa's a beautiful name. Good luck with Rosa and all the fun that she will bring you. Chinny says, as a new dad, what would your opinion be to intro the little one into gaming? What age, what games?
Don't do it.
Yeah, likewise. Be careful what you wish for. I have a couple of gaming monsters down there. I honestly, I don't even think you have to think about it. It's just
everything's a game these days. They'll be taught stuff at school, and everything's gamified even more so than it was when we had house points, and that was about as gamified as it got when we was at school. Now everything's a fucking game. Everything, all their homework is like competitive, like maths stuff and
driven, and
and it's like they'll be using fucking phones before they do anything else, which would all be games and stuff like that on there. So, and then they turn into like a monster that plays Fortnite and swears at FIFA. He's just walked in, by the way.
Oh yeah. I don't know. I think when my kids got to the right age, they weren't really getting into games. I don't think until 5, 6 or whatever. Then they're starting to really take an interest in it, and they want to have a go. And then I was well, who knows what's going to be around, but the Lego games were nice.
Yeah, Lego was where
the kids.
Was probably the first proper
when
games
Minecraft came in, it was a godsend, right? You don't believe me.
Kid yourself, it was educational, Minecraft.
It quickly flips, and you start trying to stop them playing some games, and policing what they're doing. But it'll
be phones and tablets. It'll be like you can play fucking Resident Evil on your phone apparently now. So we played Angry Bird. They'll play all like Angry Birds and shit like that. They'll all get into that kind of stuff if that's still a thing. Before they do anything otherwise.
Yeah. See, mine. She's not really bothered about games. She'll play games. She's very good at them when she does play them, but she's more into them when her mates are into them.
There is this very social thing for my boy. It's like he only plays games that he plays with other people. Like I said I want him to like Like, if my introduction to gaming wasn't social, it was like stuck in your bedroom playing on your own,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Like playing your fucking single player games with
Yeah.
some sort of semblance of a story, or like Yi Are Kung Fu, like shit like that. It was like basically arcade games that are on your computer.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, it's a completely different landscape now. I mean, my kids are down there. Even though my daughter, even though both of them will play mainly competitive games with their friends, even when they're playing single player games, they're on Discord still, usually in talking to their friends. I mean,
single player games just is not a thing at all for my boy. Like, I'm trying to get. I was like, can you get? Because I was having trouble with one of my games. I was like, can you start playing this game so that you can get good and beat this boss for me? Because I can't do it. It's doing my head in. But he was not really. He was not having it. I said, right, why didn't you play Spider-Man or something? We've got that on the PlayStation. Loads of his mates have played things like that, but he's just like Fortnite, EA Sports, whatever it's called now. Bit of Minecraft, some Roblox randomly still, but because there's all sorts of random shit on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all stuff like that.
They won't grow out of some stuff though. I mean, I found my son was playing Minecraft the other day. I was like, dude, what are you doing back on Minecraft?
Minecraft's timeless, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, and yeah. Don't get me wrong, but it just surprised me. Like you sort of have, to me that was the game he played, even though I was playing it when I was in my 40s. Like it was the game he was playing when he was tiny, and he's been playing things like Dead by Daylight and Counter-Strike and all that stuff now. So to see him playing Minecraft is fun.
Yeah. So is he hacking away at zombies instead, like big blocky zombies instead of more realistic human-looking things?
Yeah, that's right. Good luck, Chinny.
Yes.
Like I say, congratulations, and we'll look forward to catching up with you soon. We'll get you on the show at some point. Master Blackthorn says, good evening, gents. No question, but I've been playing Lords of the Fallen, and I have to say the game is utterly brilliant. Kudos to the dev team in having the skills to so ably ape Dark Souls 3 in combat, world design, and storytelling.
They didn't bother putting a story in there then, is that what you're saying?
The game came out of nowhere, really. I mean, who expected a sequel remake to a 5 out of 10 game that no one played to be actually a very competent Souls-like? Have I missed something? Oh, that's right. So I saw this the other day that it came out, and I said to somebody, hang on a second.
We talked about it last week, didn't we? Briefly.
Yeah, I still got fooled, though, because I think it's still... Because the Steam page said 2023, and I was like, surely this came out before. We did talk about this, didn't we?
I think so. And
or I think we talked about it when we were
heard
online.
that it had bad reviews on PC. Maybe Sean was it. Maybe it was Sean I was talking to about the performance was shocking on PC apparently when it came out. But yeah, I haven't really looked into it.
Funnily enough, he says here, I know some people have experienced performance issues on PC, and he says, not me personally, but the game has literally received a patch every day with notes from the devs that sound like they actually care about their game. I know, right? What's going on? Anyway, have a good show, chaps, and can recommend it highly if you're into your swordy, slashy, soulsy, wolsies. I don't know what he's writing at the end there.
Soulsy wolsies.
Soulsy wolsies. Okay.
I'll translate, shall I?
That's your department. This is not my department.
Yeah, I'm like, obviously I'm deep into one at the moment, which I'm really largely enjoying. It's had its challenging moments for sure. We'll talk about that in a little while.
Right. Could this be on the radar for later?
Not straight after, but yeah, maybe I might pick it up. Maybe it'll come to Game Pass. Who fucking knows? Or maybe I'll be buying it when it's on sale.
Mm-hmm.
Does look impressive. Like, I can't remember if I played a bit of the first one, but it was a bit boring. I think that was my Dark Souls.
Sean was playing it, wasn't he? It was his sort of thing. I do remember some. I remember actually, Dave. What was the thing you went through a phase where you were?
No, potentially.
There was something else, wasn't there? Where Dave was hacking the shit out of people. Chivalry or something like that. Yeah. There was a period where there were a lot of people getting killed by swords. I just remember that.
Chivalry 2 is like pretty comedic generally.
All right, thanks, Master Blackthorn. Appreciate that. Look what's next. Oh, we got a ton of stuff on here. Let's do the other two first, and then we'll come back to Dave's. Lou, friend of the show. Actually, that's the next one. Paul W says, in the future, will there be any need for game developers if AIs create? Oh my God, has he read the question before?
I
The thing before
literally put this in after the other one because of that.
Okay, let's go. All right, let's do this. We'll come back to you in a minute, Paul. All right. This one, we don't know who this is from.
We have our suspicions, or at least I do.
Do you? Okay. It comes from Anonymous. It says, Dear Seal Podcast, excuse me for not emailing in sooner, but I am still reeling from Dave's half-crazed, half-drunken, out-of-character rant in episode 193. According to Dave, all artists should be stomped out of existence by our future AI robot overlords.
Well, if our future AI robot overlords are not going to stamp artists out, who is?
Someone's got to do it.
Those
He goes
artists,
on.
eh?
He goes on and says, honestly, Dave, who hurt you? I can only imagine this is a retaliation at some kind of childhood art class mishap where you was humiliated by your fellow classmates and are now seeking revenge. Who on earth do you think makes the art you so enjoy talking about on a 2-hour show every week, Dave? ? Who helps to create the scripts, visual effects, and soundtracks that go in? Those don't go into this, I can tell you. That go into the TV shows, movies, and video games you so enjoy spending your leisure time with. I'm going to put it to you gently, Dave. It's not robots, it's artists. These are people with families and who have empathy for other people, a concept I am not sure you have come to terms with. I woke up in the middle of the night to write this. I was so mad. All I can say is you are officially on my naughty list, Dave. P.S. Love the show.
So thank you.
From Naughty Dave.
A little bit of backstory. My wife is an artist.
Yeah.
So I know firsthand
that was mentioned, I think.
Was it?
Yeah, I went back and listened.
I was probably quite drunk.
I went back and listened as well. So
yeah, so the missus is an artist. So we know firsthand how AI can affect.
Is your wife excluding her work from AI?
There's no real way of doing that. I don't know. Anybody can. You can't exclude your art from AI.
It's the latest buzzword on this AI stuff, isn't it? Now they're all getting behind. I need to be excluded. It's only a matter of time before someone posts something on Facebook and says, "Repost this." I don't give permission for AI to use my words.
God.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I would just like to.
Works.
Yeah, of course. I would just like to chime in and just say here, and I'm guessing a lot of this is tongue in cheek. But I went back and listened to it, and I never really got the impression that Dave wanted artists stomped out of existence. I think.
So well, like I'm not so drunk now, but talking about it a bit more frankly, a lot of these things that the artists and people in Hollywood, script writers and visual effects, some of the things they're campaigning for is the fact that they keep their rights to keep doing the work, because a lot of this stuff can be outsourced to AI and the movie.
Yeah, but no one wants to
producers
fucking watch a TV show that was created by a fucking AI because it'll be shit.
Supplemented or like helped to create,
or like it's not that hard for a person who's been doing it for decades or whatever to just keep doing it. And new people come along. Like no one wants to fucking AI to make stuff. No one wants to watch that shit. It's like, that's going to be a tagline. It's like, come and watch the latest AI-created TV show. Everyone will be like, yeah, no, I'm not going to fucking bother.
That's obviously not going to. That's obviously not going to be the thing. It's going to be scripts has been produced and collaborated with an AI, and this.
Well, what the fuck? It's not. There's not that much stuff in a script.
What's the whole?
There's not that much words.
So yeah, it's a very difficult subject.
I don't know if it is as difficult a subject as everybody keeps making out. It's, as far as I'm concerned, AI is yet another evolution of technology, another tool. At the end of the day, people are going to use that tool. People are going to abuse the tool. I mean, it happens with everything,
Yeah.
right? And with technology and new things that come in, people need to be able to use that technology. That is job creation. People using, adapting to using the tools, right?
Yeah.
When computer aided design came in, all the people who were at the drawing boards were like, "Oh shit, I'm going to be made redundant by a computer." Well, no, you're going to come out of that
Retrain and
chair.
do
Your
yeah.
job becomes redundant, yes, but there is a skilled gap
There's no
there, right?
brain
Now,
think creating stuff still. Like that still requires someone to create stuff.
Until
The
Skynet
designer
I
uses the software to create something.
Yeah. Honestly, I just think AI is just it's just another thing that's I think it's another tinfoil hat thing at the moment, right? Not tinfoil hat. It's probably a little bit of overkill to say that, but it's just the next thing that everyone's just getting behind and raising their pitchforks about. I think it's just the evolution of technology. It's going to allow for some tremendous things.
Yeah. Yeah. But like
what?
as a side
Who
note,
knows?
the work that I do, I work in IT. The work that we're doing at the moment will put people out of jobs
Oh, I
because
work in a supermarket. Technology has put fucking hundreds of thousands of people out of jobs.
Yeah. So apparently in America there's or in Walmart there's cameras that like automatically check if people are scanning things now as well. So like
Amazon
if
have
you
got
don't
a completely. You just pick up the stuff and fucking leave the shop thing
right.
going, haven't they? Then it just works out what you fucking paid for. Well, it just
Oh yeah.
charges you.
Yeah. Cool.
Not cool.
That's
Why not?
scary.
Why not? You
It's not
take it,
cool.
pay for it. I mean, why is that not cool, right?
Because it's encouraging
Nobody has.
this lack of social interaction. Like,
No, it's not. It's
it
freeing
is
you up
because
to do
people
more. To have
loads of the next generation of people literally don't want to fucking speak to anyone
well, yeah. Well, okay,
unless it's on a fucking microphone.
But you see, to me, that statement is like you're automatically saying this is going to happen. Therefore, this is because they didn't go to a checkout or they didn't. There's no human interaction. But they've saved X amount of time at the checkout. They can have more human interaction.
It takes fucking longer.
But going back to what we said before,
it won't take longer.
It's funny that we were playing single player games when we were younger and staying indoors, and all the kids now want to play the multiplayer games and be socially connected when they're playing. And we were like on our own, going, no, we want to play single player games on our own in a
I had
dark
to argue
room.
with my parents about it.
Yeah, and now the kids are doing the opposite, but the technology is taking social interaction away. And we're like, oh, that's wrong. But we were the socially awkward ones when we were younger, not wanted to
Neil won't
interact
admit
with
that.
Well, I was socially awkward for sure, but look at me now.
Honestly, I think it's a mindset. I think you either embrace technology and progress and change, or you have I think over the top concerns about it. I don't know. Can I have some hate mail?
Incomplete thought.
Can I have some hate mail, please? Anyway, Dave,
I'm with the artists here.
Are you?
Yeah.
Howard to your brother.
What did the painters think when the camera came along?
Well, they didn't fucking stop painting, did they?
No, they didn't. That's the thing.
But it was the creation of a whole new industry, right? That's.
Yeah. Like instead of painters painting a landscape or a portrait, there was this fucking machine that could do it in seconds.
Yeah, but that's shit, isn't it? It's just like I can go and look at it with my own camera. I can just take it fucking. I've got one in my fucking pocket now.
That's the problem. Yeah. There's the whole industry of painters, like portrait artists.
People still paint.
I know.
I get your point, Dave. Anyway,
artists will still art.
Right.
Like, yes, there might be AI stuff coming out, but like when you want a fucking 40-foot by 20 mural on a wall, you're not going to ask an AI to do it, are you?
No, because they couldn't fucking paint it, could they? Because they're just a fucking load of numbers.
Yeah, artists are still going to art. There's going to be people are going to be inspired, or AI is going to assist, but it's not going to replace.
I
Only
don't
because
see how
we
AI can actually do anything in the arts that's actually better than a human, because it's just copy. It's just aping other people, what
It's
other
not.
people have done.
It's not. It's not.
Yes, it is.
It's not. It's not at all. Like I
It's
can
not.
guarantee.
It's not. What is it going to have a fucking AI rights now? Then is it going to be? It's that.
Yeah.
It's got to the point where it's fucking conscious.
It's
It's
not
sentient.
conscious. The art created by whatever the Bing one is copyrighted by Bing.
Yeah.
Anything that's generated there cannot be used.
Don't tell
or if
them
it
we're
is
using
used,
it.
but it's copyrighted because it's their software that's produced the thing, and it's brand new. It's not just like a randomly pulled out of its ass picture
I don't know.
file.
Have you
It
seen this picture
creates
behind
it.
me? That was pulled out of someone's ass.
It's created, so it's like produced from nothing. So it's original art. So yeah,
This is a AI generated art behind me, by the way.
Oh yeah.
just looks like a room with some LEDs in.
Yes, it is. Shit on it.
Yeah. Anyway, Dave. So you're on the naughty list.
Cool.
Well done.
I don't mind. I like oranges. Oh, do you get oranges or coal? Coal
For
will
what?
fuel my house. So yeah.
Oh, if you're on the naughty list, oh, right, yeah,
Yeah.
coal. Yeah, but you
Yeah, I
can't
don't
use
think
coal
you're
anymore.
a- Why not?
It's too polluting,
It's
isn't
bad for
it?
the environment. Yeah.
Coal's banned.
What about AI call?
Is that
All
a
right.
rapper
Thank
or
you very
something?
much. Sorry.
Is that a rapper or something?
I don't know. Thank you very much, anonymous person. Oh, who you had your suspicions? Oh, we
Yeah,
talk
it's the
about that
usual
privately.
person, the usual suspect.
Oh, fucking hell, not that guy. All right. Thank you for the content. We love it. Paul W says, in the future, this is great. Paul W says, in the future, maybe Paul W sent it.
Maybe.
Paul W says, in the future, will there be any need for game developers if AI's creativity advances to such a degree that a gamer can ask the AI to make them a game based on their own preferences, using a basic recipe of requests of in the style of type games, difficulty, theme, etc.?
I am of the opinion if a gamer made a game, it would be fucking terrible.
See, now the way I would look at this, will there be any need for a game? Ultimately, somebody has to use the AI to create the game. Therefore, they are the game developer. Now, if AI gets to the point where little Johnny, 10 houses down the road from me, goes, oh, I'm going to have a go at this, innit? Right? Because I fucking talk like a chav, even though I live in Canada. And so he sits down at his PC, he goes, I can have a go at this. And he puts together something like a Terraria or
It'll be fucking.
whatever.
It'll be. Oh, look! It looks just like Fortnite. Great. Someone's created an alternative Fortnite.
Right.
But my point being, all right, Dave, I'm talking to Dave now. My point being is that, sure, at houses 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, all the kids have a go. They decide to create something absolute utter bollocks, just trashy throwaway stuff or whatever.
Have you seen Roblox?
But just so happens at number 10, the tools are accessible enough for the general public that he gets the chance to get that game out of him that we may never have seen. I mean, to me, that is a phenomenal opportunity, right? You know, it's like music creation being more accessible to people in the home. Like, you know, you can be as enamored as you can go to the stadium and watch Moby and think he's the greatest thing since sliced bread. But have you ever looked at Moby? That guy was a geek in a bedroom. There is no doubt about that, right?
Yeah.
You know.
Geek made good. Yeah.
So I just think, again, I mean, we're going over old ground again. You know, I think that of course there will be game developers. Someone's got to develop the games, right? Now, how they develop those games is a different story. It might change.
Have you seen Unreal Engine 5?
It doesn't work most of the time. That's all the games that come out that are broken.
Oh yeah.
It's a fantastically streamlined way of people making games nowadays. I remember when I was looking at this stuff 25 years ago, it was literal coding that you had to do to even try and replicate any 2D, or not even talking about 3D games. But
Sorry, hang on. Did you see what Snoogans wrote?
I did. That's why I started chuckling. You're obviously a bit of a delay over your end.
Oh, I just loaded it up. He said, "Can we get AI to replace Fraser on the podcast?" That's the hate mail.
Probably. It's not that hard, is it?
Sorry, Dave. I
I
interrupted
was quite
you.
tempted to try and train. Have you got all of the Audacities still from all of the time, so you can like all of the separate voice tracks? So you can just feed your voice into the AI to create.
Yeah, but
shit.
somebody did that. They did that on
It was on
CADcast, didn't they?
CADcast, yeah. It was
It was
quite.
a bit odd.
It was a bit eerily close to the real
That
thing.
was uncanny valley stuff.
Yeah,
That was
pretty scary.
well,
yeah.
but like again, we're talking about the tools again. Like
I can't remember what we're talking about now.
the way of making games have been getting progressively easier. The further down the line we've been getting into this industry, so it's the natural progression of how to do it. It's like, of course, you're going to have simple ways of pulling in art or whatever you want. Make a racing game that is cartoon based and wacky, and you start plugging in keywords, and it's not ready yet. Probably 8 years, 10 years down the line. Yeah. Are they going to be any good? No, because it's going to
That's
be.
all right. We stopped playing games by then. We'll just be playing the retro games.
So
I'm just going to take up chess by that point.
Yeah, we're going to learn chess.
No, I'm not going to learn chess. I already know how to play chess.
But you need to get good at chess.
I still don't know how to play Chinese checkers.
That's
Isn't
the
that
one
just the
that's like a
jumping one?
flower.
It was that nobody knows.
No, I used to play that when I was a kid with my sister, but it's been a long time.
Is it Baccarat? It's the one with the black and red checker like boards. It's on one of the multi-game boards that nobody ever knows how to play.
Backgammon, you're talking about, the black and red things.
Backgammon.
Oh, backgammon.
No, people know how to play backgammon.
I don't fucking know how to.
Backgammon's a phenomenal game. Really good.
It's yeah. Maybe we could get an AI to make a backgammon game for you.
Apparently, I saw. I think there's a.
I don't even know what.
There's
does that mean?
There's a.
How's he going to make something that already exists?
Well, just make a computer representation of it, for you.
Yeah.
Like,
As
your
if
ideal
those aren't
game.
available right now.
Exactly. It's like, why don't we get AI to do something that's already been done? I don't know.
There is a chess game that's like a first-person shooter, and it starts off as a chess game and it turns into just shooting.
I like that.
What's it called? I can't remember.
Battle
I can't remember. Not battle chess. The best chess game I ever liked was on the Amiga, and it was animated where the pieces would beat each other up.
Yeah, wasn't that some Battle Chess did that? I mean, I remember. I think I saw that on Matt's Amiga when we were kids, and I was just like, "That is amazing."
Yeah.
Still just
and then
chess,
though. 2 or 3
but
years
then,
later,
yeah, after a few minutes, you're like, "This is still fucking chess."
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm still shit at
it. You can't fool me.
Yeah. And all the animations are the same. It's like, okay, yeah, more to that now.
All right, let's move on. Thanks, Paul W. Appreciate that. Friend of the show, Yankee Doodle Dandy, Lou Estevez. Him at the top of the table says, "Great footy talk, and please, Neil, don't be down, my brother. Your footy update is always awesome. I particularly like it when you name the standings. Most of all, of course." Oh, sorry. I particularly like it when you name. It's Americanism. Name the standings. I'll translate it. I particularly like it when you tell me I'm on top. Ooh, it's a bit wrong, doesn't it?
You went there.
I particularly like it when you name the standings. Most of all, of course. But honestly, great stuff, and you kill it every time.
Well,
yeah, you were feeling a bit downbeat about your footy, weren't you? Your footy update. I don't know why. What the fuck was up with that?
No, it's just a bit fucking boring.
Oh. All right. Thanks, Lou. Sorry we don't have any real
no footy this week.
No footy, no standings.
I'll make more of an effort next week.
Please.
Depending on how things go.
Put your fucking finger.
I might be down in the dumps if Forest win.
We'll cheer you up. We'll get AI to cheer you up.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to what we've been doing. I haven't got anything in here. I don't even know what I've been doing.
You've not been anywhere. Not bought any hi-fi shit.
I'm buying hi-fi shit tomorrow. I got a
Oh.
CD player I got to go pick up.
What
How
brand?
many CD players you got now?
It's another Yamaha one to match the system. The one I've got here is a bit chonky. It's okay, it works, but I saw another one for sale at a really good price, so I'm just gonna go pick that up tomorrow.
You could have bought about fucking 10 PCs by now.
No, it's like
You could just
30
buy
bucks.
like a new fucking video game. You could have bought Spider-Man 2 or Spider-Man 1 on PC.
And play it on what?
You could have played Spider-Man on your PC.
No, it's a couch game, isn't it? I was thinking about buying a PS5, but they're still stupid money.
Well, you've seen the new
Although
ones.
I did go into the library today, and they have a good selection of PS5 games.
You need to get the current PS5, I think. Must be on sale now because they're bringing a new one out.
Let's have a look.
Because there's the new model coming out and there's an attachable hard disk drive thing. So it comes basically, but they're putting the price up of the diskless version by $50.
Digital edition.
Yeah.
Well, that's no good. I need a disc edition.
Well, if you're getting them from the library, you do. But they show the new one all like vertically upright, yeah, in the pictures, all of the thing. But you have to pay $30 for the fucking stand now to make it stand upright.
It's always been the case.
No,
Yeah,
it
even
comes with it now. The current model comes with the stand. You can put it on its side,
Oh, does it? Oh, okay.
and you can put it vertical.
So I remember the PlayStation 3. That was the same. They advertised all of the PlayStation 3s as horizontal, vertical standing.
Really?
But like
PS3?
Yeah, PS3. But it was so wonky.
That fucking thing was huge, the original.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
That was the George Foreman grill. Wasn't it?
Yeah. I've got a PS3 Slim, which that was
Is
the
that
nice
the
looking
Oh, wow.
was
console.
that the sliding?
That was like the
No.
Breville Toastmaker version.
Yeah, no, I
Slightly
think I've got
smaller.
the same one. Actually, you know what? I think that one's a beautiful console.
Yeah, that's a
that
nice
one.
looking console, the PS3
It
Slim.
really is. Yeah, it's one of the nicest
I
consoles.
never
I
use
have.
it though. It's in a box, like literally about 3 feet away from me.
Oh, I reckon my PS3 comes out every 6 months. Just
What? What for?
sometimes to watch DVDs. It's the only thing I've got
Wow.
that'll play DVDs. And sometimes I'm like, oh, I've got quite a few cool digital games on there, like Flower and
That's
I
cool.
don't know,
No
and
good ones then.
Unfinished Swan and stuff
Ah.
like that. So, oh, he's full of it, isn't he? He's fucking
See what
fucking
Sony needs.
chirpy Neil's here
Yeah.
tonight.
What Sony needs is a new disc format or a new format for
Oh, right,
watching
yeah.
videos, so they can like sell.
8K Blu-rays, I think.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. Anyway, I think you're getting a bit of a bigger hard drive space in the new PS5s. It'll be a full terabyte, which obviously you won't get because it's still a full terabyte. But I only
And
get
then the
about
OS on top of
600 odd
that,
gig
yeah.
in the current PS5 because it's an 825 gigabyte SSD, but obviously loads of it's reserved for shenanigans.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I still feel like if you see a PS5 current on sale, I think it's a good buy versus
Oh, I gotta
waiting
get
for
this
the new one. Flashing phone.
I know.
Oh, mine doesn't do that. Is that his boss? Anyway, yeah. So
Yeah,
I'm not talking about...
I can't justify a PlayStation 5 in my household. I just don't. There's nothing I'll be playing on it.
This like the PS Plus medium thing is so much stuff to play on that now. Like the Ghost of Tsushima is on there.
Yeah, but I don't have time, and most of this shit's coming to PC anyway.
I don't know about most of it.
Ghost of Tsushima is free on Amazon Prime Gaming.
It's not on PC, is it?
Yeah, it is. Is it? Hang on. No, sorry, I'm thinking of something else.
Yeah.
Ghost. Not Ghost of Tsushima.
Ghost
Minecraft.
Recon.
No. Yeah, maybe.
Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters. There's a ghost-based one, or a ghost named that's not to do with ghosts.
Ghostmaster.
Ghost Runner.
But all the PlayStation stuff's coming to PC anyway, or it
Yeah.
will be at some point, or
Right.
is slowly coming through to it. I don't want to sign up to PlayStation Plus or PlayStation Plus Premium. I've already got Game Pass. It's just a shitload more games that I'm never going to play.
It's the truth.
It's like, and
I
most of the
I can't
games,
deny that I
You
don't
can't argue with
use my
that, can you?
PS5 as much as I should. But
yeah, like I'd
Well, you're the
want to,
subscription
like,
king, so we expect that
yeah,
from you anyway.
yeah, the thing is,
uh,
there's been the big hotness is on the Game Pass at the minute, so I'll go back to my PS5.
yeah,
You
yeah.
heard it here first, folks.
That's where
So
Sea
if
of
I get,
Stars is being played, but I stopped
I've got
playing
a
it.
hankering to play Gran Turismo, actually.
Oh, I wouldn't bother.
All right. Yeah, so then I haven't really got anything to talk about.
I haven't really got much to talk
Gee.
about either. I
Get your
watched
thing
Raiders of
out
the Lost
out
Ark.
the way, and then we'll let Dave run
We
free.
watched Raiders of the Lost Ark last night in Ultra
Which
HD.
Oh, the new one?
It's the original, the very first Indiana Jones
Oh.
movie. But it was in Ultra
Oh, yeah?
HD, so it was like watching a new film.
Was it good?
Yeah, it was pretty awesome.
it's
Looks
really good
amazing
film.
in Ultra HD, and yeah, still a good film. The original.
Yeah, it is.
I think
Yeah.
it might be the best one, to be fair.
I think you're probably right. That 1 and 3. Although
Which one's
2 is
3?
just so bonkers. 3 is
2
where
is
with his
fucking
dad.
weird.
Yeah.
But it's got on its own merits. It doesn't pull any punches too, right? That's the
It's a bit
children
weird,
in
though.
slavery, hearts being pulled out of
Yeah.
chests.
Yeah, maybe that's on there as well, so maybe I'll watch that in Ultra
Eating
HD.
monkey brains, yeah.
Chilled
Yeah,
monkey
yeah.
brains, yeah.
See, funnily enough, on my list, I'll go into mine. Is I watched Indiana Jones: The Dial of Destiny.
Yeah,
Indiana Jones 5.
I'm pretty sure that's not as good as Raiders of the Lost Ark.
I'm actually looking forward to watching this. I started watching it the other day. I'm not going to say how legit the copy was, but suffice to say, I stopped and said, you know what, I'm going to wait until I can watch this on a legit copy.
I would say 4 was a complete disappointment.
What was that? Was the Crystal Skull? Was it?
Yeah.
I don't even remember that fucking film.
It was shit.
It was awful.
Now I'm gonna have to watch it to see how fucking awful it was.
The Dial of Destiny is a return to form.
You think?
Ooh.
He's
Fraser's
fucking too
made-
old. He sounds
Watch it.
old.
Watch it.
Watch it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
Because
gonna
I
say.
watched the first part of it, Dave, so I can say that. So I know how they
Does he
started.
sound old?
I was like,
he's talking.
Right, I'm on board with the start of this. That's why and I was so on board. That's why I didn't watch any more of it.
Yeah, no, I think you made a really good decision.
I want to watch it with proper good sound, good quality.
Yeah, we were actually because we started watching again. It's gonna be shit because 4 was shit. We're like, we've watched all of them recently. I was like, we've got to see out the season. We've got to see it out. And we was like, actually, we were extremely
I'll reserve
pleasantly
judgment.
surprised.
Until it's going to be on Sky Cinema at some
Reserve
point,
whatever you want, mate. But yeah, my opinion of that was, it was a really good watch.
If I hadn't started it, I'd be on side Neil here, and I'd be fucking giving you some shit about it. Saying
we've had another question coming. By the way.
Oh, geez, come on, people. Let's get this section done, then we'll come back to it. Right? What else we got?
So me, the missus, and the little one have been watching Eureka, or it's also known as A Town Called Eureka. It's 5 seasons that started in 2006, ended in 2011.
It's quite positive, probably, because everything went to shit a long time after that.
I've never heard of this. What is it?
So it's based in I think it's a Canadian show. It's based in America. It's a town full of super hyper intelligent people, and it's like Einstein started it, and just like Leighton Buzzard, yeah. And it's the stories and antics of the people, mainly following the sheriff, Carter.
Is he thick?
He is not as intelligent, but is not intelligent smart, but is like street smart. And it's always his analogy of, but it's like blowing up a balloon and explodes, and you're a genius. And it's like, oh my god. So it's pretty bad, but it's a really fun family watch thing. But yeah, it was cool. Like, it shouldn't have finished after 5 seasons. There should have been a 6th one, because it was definitely cancelled like towards the end of the season 5. And I'm like, oh shit, we've got to wrap this up.
Right.
But no, it was it's quite an interesting watch. Easy to watch with your little ones. I think I talked about Ghosts on BBC
Mm-hmm.
that I've been watching. Finished watching that as well.
Nice.
Uh,
So
that had
is that
5
actually
5
finished?
seasons. That's actually finished. There is a Christmas special going to happen this Christmas. If anyone's not aware of it, or but everyone knows Horrible Histories, and the children's cartoon thing. It's all the characters in that are the ghosts, and it's fucking hilarious. It's so funny, and it's quite on point about a lot of the sort of one of the characters is like an 80s, 90s, like early 90s MP, and it's
Right.
he's like he's what you would
Is
imagine
he
like
like
a
Alan
sleazy old.
Bastard?
He's like a sleazy old MP.
What was that called? Do you remember that? Alan Bastard?
The New Statesman.
The New Statesman, yeah.
But like one of his favorite catchphrases he says is what was it? Pinch on the bum, no harm done. I was like,
apparently you can still do that these days. Well, you can. They do it. They just don't get away with it these days.
Yeah, but it's just like, oh, that is such an 80s thing. But no, they all play the characters really well, and it's really sweet. So yeah, I've been out on a new bike. Well, I went out on a new
Nice.
bike at the weekend. It was fucking
It was
freezing.
cold. It was very
It was
cold.
absolutely freezing. So me and my dad, we went out on Sunday morning. It looked nice. Looked
It was
outside,
nice and
looked
sunny. If you weren't moving, it was quite fun. It was nice
Oh,
because we were
mate,
watching football and it was fucking roasted because we were like zipping it through at like 70 miles an hour.
Yeah. So nearly froze to death. It was proper brassic. So I actually bought some. We went to Toaster.
Here we go. It's the purchase of the week. I need to get a
well-
jingle done for this.
So we went to Toaster, and then we went to there's a motorbike shop and a cafe along the A5.
Let's bought another motorbike.
And we stopped for a coffee, and I was like, oh, there's a motorbike shop there. But they had some heated gloves.
Nice. You
So
got heated
basically-
handlebars, haven't you?
Yeah. But that only heats one side of your hands. It's
Yeah, but
not-
don't you have the gear anyway for cold weather riding?
I don't have electrically heated gloves.
I
No, I
didn't say
do now.
I didn't ask you if you had electrically heated gloves. I asked you if you have the gear for cold weather riding. Because I
Yeah.
still have my cold weather riding gloves.
I didn't have my winter gloves on. I had my
I
normal
understand
gloves
that.
on. Yes,
I
but yeah,
understand
no,
that.
I didn't.
Did you purchase something that you already had
Yeah,
covered by
pretty
another
much.
product? Yes,
But,
you did.
oh, the heated gloves. I might just actually take them out when I'm walking the dog. They are so nice.
How do they heat then? Is it like a battery pack?
It's a battery pack. Yeah. It's
Rechargeable.
it's a rechargeable.
Yeah, there's quite a bit of that stuff on
It's just
the
on the
market,
verge of
particularly for
exploding.
contractors,
Time.
right? We see a lot of contractors working outside now. They have over here anyway, particularly a lot of the Milwaukee brands and all that sort of people do heated jackets and stuff, right?
But it is really fucking cold over there in the winter, usually.
I think it doesn't matter. Like even if you're in like Dave's, you're on top of a roof in England or whatever in the wintertime, it ain't warm, right?
Yeah. No.
It's usually
My wife, when she was a dinner lady, she used to be out on the playground after dinner. And I got her a little hand warmer, and it was like a little USB thing that you charged up, and it was just like you press it on, and it just kept your hand a bit warm. But it's basically like that. But
they sound like they're dangerous. Those things. They just sound like. I'm sure it's one of those things that like you're going to hear a horror story about.
I think you're all right if they're standard batteries. It's flat lithium batteries can't take any abuse, right?
That's when you start dropping them or
sticking a knife through them.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. But no, yeah,
Leaving it in the
I
Luton Airport car park, maybe.
yeah, yeah.
Shall I tell you a little something then, Dave? This
Go on
week
then. Go on then.
I've been eyeing up. I was shopping for bikes.
Oh,
Not really like I'm going to buy one, but my eye went a wandering big time.
Oh, okay. What
And I
like
had thoughts. I've had thoughts, Dave. Bad thoughts.
good?
Yeah, it's bad in your country. You don't want to be riding a fucking
No.
motorbike over there.
Well, you don't want to be riding a motorbike anywhere, really. I mean, it's dangerous, right? But yeah, it calling. I was getting the siren song was calling me, and I'm looking at
Well, next time you're over, like, I'll have to come and pick you up, and yeah, let you have a go.
Yeah, it'd be nice to ride a bike again. Yeah, I was looking at a Honda 919. That's what I was casting my eye on. Again, another naked sports, but bigger engine than the one I had before.
Yeah.
I watched some MotoGP in bed last week. That's about as close as I get to motorbikes.
Oh, I needed to ask you. So, how is your give us the Neil exercise regime? Because things went on a bit of a
There is no
hiatus.
exercise
Didn't you?
regime.
Is that going to kickstart
Work
back
is
up again?
exercise for me. Work is exercise.
I thought you were doing
No.
like
You've always worked.
couch to 5K.
Not like that. Not like I do now. Like, it takes me 4 days to fucking recover from 3 nights of working.
That's because you're getting old.
Yeah, and it's fucking hard work as well.
Yeah, well, fair enough. All right. No, I just wanted. I was curious.
See what you need.
I'd smash out like 10,000 steps a night.
Because you were enjoying this. You were enjoying the running.
I was into the
right?
running,
You were
but I
getting
haven't
into
tried
that.
going back to run. I did my blood pressure again the other day, and it was still fucking high. And I was like, "Fuck's sake, got the right on."
Did it make your blood pressure high?
Yeah, probably made it even worse. I was like, "Fuck."
Why? But what's changed though to bring it down?
Well, I was being good for a while, and then I just thought, "Fuck it."
It's
Now I'm
not
just like-
enough, dude. You got to change your diet. You got to exercise.
I was changing my
regularly.
diet. I was doing loads of. I was like I say, I did fucking loads of exercise at work. Then I was going for some walks when I wasn't working.
You want to get
It's
dog?
just like I'm taking my cholesterol drinks.
You get out of breath when you work.
No,
Well, that's not exercising, is it?
well, it fucking is. My body fucking aches when I finish.
All right. Anyway, I'm sorry I asked.
So, other than that, last thing on my list is I'm on a diet.
There we
I
go.
am.
Why is
Yeah.
that, you fat bastard?
I'm getting podgy.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Dad bod.
Yeah. There's a definite. I've been enjoying myself for the past 4 months since we moved here.
Is it already
I've-
4
I've-
months? Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. So I worked out that I was probably drinking nearly 18 cans of lager a week, which is
Beautiful.
quite a lot.
That's what I do on a Friday.
Yeah, you're lightweight.
And with my knee the way it has been, it's getting better now actually. But I was exercising a lot less, or just not being physically as active. So yeah.
So now you just have 16 cans of lager a week and eat less bad for stuff.
What exercise did you do before? I've forgotten.
So, well, I used to,
How long ago were we talking?
Dog walking doesn't count.
Well, I used to do about 15,000 steps a day.
It'll bust your balls, both of you.
And
well, you've been fucking doing some exercise, have you? That's why you feel
yeah,
like
man,
you could just
I'm
have
still
a go
doing
at
the
everyone.
swimming. That's right. I got it the back and back it up.
Well, yeah, I used to go swimming at least once a week. But obviously, my daughter being now a teenager, she doesn't want to go swimming anymore. So yeah, like, I'm a lot less physically active. I used to go out in the garden and kick the football about.
Dude, you're living your best life. You're doing fuck all, and you're eating and drinking well.
Yeah,
and it only
and
equals
that,
one thing, right? You get fucking put on weight. Yeah, like they just.
Yeah.
You can dress it up as much as you want, right? You know.
So it's just when I'm sitting and I slouch, I'm like, there's.
Oh, were you disappointed in yourself?
It's like, oh. So yeah, there's definite bits of me that wasn't there before. So I'm like, okay, well, I can do it. Every time I want to stack, I now get the weights out, and do like 20 or 30 curls and sort of like full body.
Is that like quavers?
Full extensions. Yeah.
10 packs of
Like,
girls.
30 skips, individual skips. So yeah, so I've got weight 7 kilos on each dumbbell, and I just like bang them out, and have a pint of water. A pint of water is
I've
a
been
really
drinking
good
loads of water.
like that's the way I've been getting through it, because I used to. Well, that's another thing I've been doing. I've been snacking bourbon biscuits, big packs of crisps, um, big tubes of Pringles,
This is not.
pasties.
These all sound very bad.
Pasties my downfall.
Pasties.
Sausage rolls. Yeah. Like Gingsters pasties, Cornish pasties.
Yeah, I haven't had. I can't remember the last time I had a pasty.
Every time I go to a shop, I was like, just nip by and get one. Pick up a pasty and eat it on the way home, or wait until I get
Pick
home.
up a
Or buy 2.
pasty.
I have a pasty on the way home, and then I'm like, I've got a pasty, so I share it with the missus. So I have 1.5 pasties, and the missus has half pasty. She's like, thank you for sharing your pasty. It's like, yes, I know. I'm very generous, aren't I? Yes.
With these pasties, you're really spoiling us.
Yeah. So no, yeah, it's so no, I'm being extra good now. And I'm just, first week in it, like it's just a mind over matter thing. It's like I know I'm like just pigging
You
out.
need to. You can. It's the old 80-20 rule, right? You can easily just fucking take care of 80% of the problems, right? By just eating a little bit better, drinking less beers or whatever. And
Yeah, it's tonight, Friday and Saturday in my off days. In that I'm drinking tonight.
16 packs of
on
crisps.
a Friday. No snacks. Normally I'd bosh a packet of bourbon biscuits after this or something, or a big bag of crisps. But I'm packing that in. And then
A
tomorrow
pack of
night
bourbons, did you say?
Yeah.
A whole pack? That's where you're
Yes.
going wrong. That's definitely where you're going wrong there.
So yeah, it's just empty calories. It's literally like just eating for the sake of eating.
Not like beer. Beer's good for you.
Well, at least you get a buzz off that. You don't get a bourbon buzz, do you? Well,
I don't know,
unless you're
maybe you
drinking
do.
it. Yeah. So yeah, so I'm just trying to be good and trying to be exercising and active a bit more. So,
good for you. Good luck.
did you
First
say
thing I do
you're
when I get up is
exercising,
drink a
Chris?
pint of water.
I haven't stopped. I haven't stopped my swimming, so I've kept it up. Luckily,
You
Okay.
stop the pizzas. You got pizza for dinner, haven't you? You've got pizza for dinner, haven't you?
No, I haven't got pizza for dinner. I've got I made a chili today, so that's
Nice.
for
Nice.
dinner. But no, honestly, I sat down with somebody the other day and I said, I have to admit, I think right now I'm the healthiest I've ever been. Like I feel fantastic from the swimming. And I don't drink and I don't smoke. So I reckon that put those 3 things. Well, not regular smoke. I know what you're getting at. Yeah, okay, all right. Devil's lettuce once
You
in a
don't
while.
smoke
Who well, I
tobacco?
think
Once
I don't
in a
smoke.
while. Yeah, once every
Dude,
15 minutes.
Dude, there's a very big difference between smoking one joint every couple of days or every day than smoking fucking 20 cigarettes
Oh,
a
yeah.
day.
Cigarettes, tobacco is fucking evil. Awful.
Brutal. Absolutely brutal. But yeah, no, I feel great. I think I may have been fitter in my late 20s, possibly, but I wasn't healthier. Like I was drinking like a fish and smoking a ton. So, yeah.
How many laps you doing a day now?
Still doing my half hour, constant half hour.
Yeah.
So,
have you noticed
you upsetting people still? Or like getting in their way?
oh, fucking today, man! Don't even start me. I just, most of the time it's all right. I go swimming most of the time when it's really like loads of old people are there or whatever, and I just go do my swim.
Loads of other old people, you mean?
But yeah, anyway, it doesn't matter. I don't want to complain too much. I mean, I had a lady who was in my lane today. Good for her. She's in the lane. She's exercising. Great. All power. Go for it. Part of me wants to G these people up when they're stopping at the end. Like, don't stop. Keep going. Right?
You can do it.
But it just still gets me. Like I'm way faster. And just as I'm getting to the end, they're sitting there not swimming. And just as I get to the end, that's when they go. I told you this before, right? And then I turn and there's nothing I can do, right? I'm now stuck behind someone who's
You
slow.
could just pull their legs.
Yeah, I should.
Away.
Actually, the deep end, when it happened at the deep end, I just died. I just
go,
dived.
Oh, sorry, I didn't realise it grabbed your leg.
No, I just dived and swam under her and came up on the other side. So yeah, so that's good. All right, well, look, let's move on to what we've been playing.
We've got that other question.
Oh, go on then.
And then we need a toilet break as well.
Oh my god.
Oh, okay.
Well, Dave's definitely been on the beers. It's from John Wilson, who's using his real name.
Okay.
On the Discord, it says, I have a question for the show. You have to commission one of these games to be made. Which one do you pick? The choices are Kane and Lynch 3, Lost Planet 4, and Skyrim Calculator Edition.
I take Lost Planet 4.
I haven't played Kane and Lynch and I haven't played Lost Planet. So I'm taking Skyrim.
I like Kane and Lynch.
Do you? The first one's alright, isn't it? But the second one's a bit shit.
Some people did, yeah.
First one was alright. Second one, yeah, as a cash grab. It was very
I know
much
John likes the Lost Planet, one of the Lost Planets. I can't remember which one it is.
I really like the idea of Lost Planet, but I never played any of them. Yeah, I kept on seeing them thinking, that looks like a game I'd really like to play. And never did.
They were very popular. They were Lost Planet was
era, wasn't it? PS3 and Xbox 360.
Yeah, Xbox 360. Yeah, it was a good showcase for the Xbox 360. It was a well-made game, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, see, I came late to the Xbox 360 and didn't pick it up on the PlayStation 3. And by the time I came into the 360 about 3 or 4 years after it came out.
Right.
It's only about that's when it got good. It was like halfway through its life cycle, wasn't it?
Yeah, but Lost Planet 3 was already like a game that was a couple of years old by then, so I never picked it up. Yeah. Yep.
All right.
There we go. So we're taking a break now, are we?
All right, let's just give us if you can just give us a minute, we'll be back in a minute.
Okay, in a minute.
Are we live?
We are back.
All right. Sorry, we were just talking
from
about
outer space.
My dog licking his schnozberries. Thanks very much. We're back. Let's move on then to what we've been playing. I haven't filled in anything, not that I really need to.
You're not allowed to talk about the Hunt game.
Which one?
The Hunt Showdown game.
The Hunt game. You mean Hunt?
Yes.
No, I'm not going to anyway. No, we'll just carry on with what you guys have been playing because I haven't really dived into anything this week.
Not finished Sea of Stars?
No, I did play a lot more of Sea of... Oh, yeah, okay. I have been playing Sea of Stars. Right. Here's the problem. Here's the problem with Sea of Stars is I ended up flicking the switch for that. You finish every round with 100 HP.
Yeah.
Just fucking completely broke the game for me. Like there was no challenge in it at all. And that bugged me a little bit. Like that. It really took the gloss off the game from. Yeah, but now the damage has been done, hasn't it? I wasn't happy about that. It really did break the game for me. I think that's
It's when you start cheating at a game. Then
I think that makes it accessible for a lot of people, but I think in the end that probably, interestingly, illustrates an issue with that type of game. And is there such a massive? And I'm not saying I'm at the far end of the skill tree on it, but I feel like I'm a pretty good technical analytical player of that, right? And I can imagine that you could have say younger people,
Me, you mean?
Or thickies, right? Whatever you want to say, right? And so you need to have it. Oh yeah, well you flicked the switch, didn't you?
Yeah,
right?
I flicked it and I'm thinking I didn't read it properly, and I just like.
But you said last week, I think you said it was almost too. You said
it is really. It just makes every battle is really quite simple. It's just
and it just suddenly removed a massive part of the strategy that I had built, and it just fucking ruined it basically. So.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm just turn it off again.
Like I say, the damage has been done. I don't know.
You could just literally just turn it off, and you're back to where you were.
Well, we'll see. I don't know. It took the gloss off, Neil. Right? and so I don't feel. I just feel like now it's just like, oh, that game is boring, right?
Literally just turn the fucking thing off again. You're back to the
No,
same
but it's
game you were
difficult.
playing.
I don't know. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like the damage has been
Oh, I
done.
know what you're
My
saying.
attitude to the game has completely changed just by that switch. Not that I'm saying it's bad. It's just like, oh, it took away that sort of excitement of getting through every stage. It's like, whatever. Yeah, you're right. I could just switch it off. Maybe I will just go back.
Yeah, I thought it was like it was. It wasn't really the combat that was really doing it for me. It was fun. The story was fun. It was enjoyable. So,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and I didn't go
Well,
back
you know what
to.
Fraser's like with
yeah.
stories.
Yeah, fuck that noise.
Yeah.
And I didn't go back to Cocoon. I need to get that done. I'll get that done.
Oh,
My
you
wife's
finished
away
that?
this week. No, my wife's away this weekend. I'll get it done this weekend.
Yeah, I haven't even started it. It's downloaded, but I've been busy.
I'm sure I'm right around the corner from the end as well. I could probably get
So
it
it's
done.
supposed to be 5 or 6
problem
hours.
with this, the problem with Cocoon is that every time I see it or think about it, I just think of the old person's film.
Oh yeah.
It's just my mental.
It's not based on
thing.
that.
No.
Well, if it is, it's very
And
abstract.
so,
Maybe
yeah.
an AI extrapolated from the original movie into this game.
Could be, yeah. What if the Cocoon film was a young person's game
Yeah, maybe.
and they made it?
All right. I don't know what you guys are on about now. Right. Neil, give us your Lies of P roundup.
Right. Okay. So I've not made that much progress in Lies of P this week because it's. I think last week I said most of the bosses hadn't been that hard.
You said you got stuck on one and then you just like slept
and
on
then I
it.
just
I know.
steamrolled all of the
Smashed
rest of them
through,
pretty
yeah.
much because I always call
Yeah.
my friend in, my Spectre friend, to help me out. And then, oh no, I mentioned the Black Rabbit Brotherhood last time. That was where I'd got to, and I'd have got past them, I think. And yeah, then the next boss is the second from last essential boss in the game, called, oh, I fucking can't remember what her name is, Laxasia the Complete or something. And that boss fight was an absolute fucker. Yeah, so it's a 2-stage boss fight basically. So you're like, the first time you're like, oh, I got my ass kicked by the boss, as you do, and I was like, okay, so then go in with a slightly different tactic. And so got a little bit further, chipped away, and then you get to the stage. You finally beat them, and you go, "Yes, I've beaten them." And then they change into their new form, and you have to beat them whole again. And you obviously used all your fucking health flasks and everything in the first part of the fight. So you're like, "Okay, now I need to really get good." And yeah, that was just virtually impossible. I was finding it. It was just, I didn't, no matter what I did, a couple of times I got her right down to like a quarter of the last bit of health. And then she just did this combo and absolutely fucking wiped me out. And I was like, for fuck's sake. I was absolutely losing my shit. I think I've done it 20 to 30 times. And what I did in the end to beat it was, remember I said you could go and reset your character and like respec and put all your points into different skills and stuff like that?
Yep.
Well, I went and did that. Because I was like, right, fuck it. I'm going to use this different weapon, but that weapon scales with this other thing, one of my abilities that I hadn't put any points in, or as many points in. So I went and reset my character, pumped loads of points into the one that scaled the weapon. And the first time, I nearly fucking killed her the first time I went into that fight. I was like, bollocks. And the next 2 or 3 times, I got nowhere fucking near beating him again. I was like, oh, this is fucking doing my head in again. But then I finally got past it. Fucking like, there was a big fucking massive fist bump. Yeah, Yahoo fucking, yeah, fuck you, I'll finally beat you kind of moment. Which is what these games are all about. It's like, there's all that frustration, and it's like, but when you finally do it, it's like, yes, fucking like, hurrah. It's like a relief and like the feeling of finally overcoming your shitness.
Yeah. Well, you've been very good in your tenacity on these games, so
yeah.
And so what you're on the final push. Then,
so
right?
yeah, I know that basically I'm on the way to the last boss, climbing the tower near the end. Basically, there's a couple of nasty fights on the way. I've had one big. I don't know about the rest. I've had one big fight on the way. Some little, like a new type of. Well, it's like a familiar, a rarely seen but familiar enemy, but they've got a whole load of new fucking moves that I didn't know about. So that was interesting. But I beat him to second or third time. It wasn't too hard. It was just used up loads of my. Well, basically, I was virtually dead by the time I'd beaten them. But it was one of those ones when you beat them, they disappear. So you can just go back to the little safe space, respawn all your health stuff, and go back up, and they're not there anymore. So you can just stroll past, and then some of the enemies are pretty hardcore in this area. They can really fucking do a lot of damage when they hit you, despite all of the protections that I've got now. My armor's up, my armor abilities and like my weapons can block most damage and stuff like that. And they still do a fuck ton of damage if they hit you. But right near the end, so by next week I'll have had this done, hopefully. Unless the last boss is. I think the second from last boss, I think, is number one on all the list of the hardest boss.
Oh, well, that's good.
So I think the worst if it's done in terms of like the hardness. But the last boss is definitely in the top 5 of the hardest bosses. So I still got a bit of a challenging end to the game. But that's what you want. Don't want the last boss to be a walk pushover.
You can do it.
It'll be a bit of an anticlimax. So looking forward to getting it done. And it's been really good. Like, I know, like Master Platform was saying how Lords of the Fallen is very good, like close to Dark Souls 3, and like, I think from what I've played, put hundreds of hours into those games now, and I think this is close to being as good as a From Software game. You can tell it's not From Software because it's a bit different, but.
Master Blackthorn has no idea what he's talking about. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm not saying that because I haven't played Lords of the Fallen. So I'm just saying this is.
I can't believe you said that.
Is nearly as good as a From Software game, and it's not far off. I don't think it's plays really similarly, and maybe it's a bit too complicated. There's too many mechanics in the game, because that's another thing. Like, I think I get sucked into playing the sort of the Dark Soulsy way, and then I go, oh yeah, I've got this extra ability that I keep forgetting I've got, which might come in handy. Like, my arm is a weapon and a tool that you can use, and you don't have that. It's like where you just have a shield basically in Dark Souls or whatever.
Yep.
But this is like, I can change my arm. It's got a grappling hook, or it's got a flamethrower, or it's got a thing that spews out acid, or it's got a thing that shoots out electricity. So that's all those tools there that aren't in these other games as well. And there's the whole skill tree, which you can pick like perks. There's fucking tons of stuff in there.
Yes.
So that you can help yourself, and you can this is all stuff you can reset and respec. So if you think, oh fuck this, I need to change this so that I can get bonus damage when I do such and such a thing, that might really help in some of the boss fights. So you can just go and pay. Once I've got to the stage in the game, there's a tree that grows this coin, basically, and this is the currency you need to be able to respec. But I've got fucking like 100 odd, and it cost me 6 coins to respec my character. So it's not a problem to just go, fuck it, I just need to change things.
Yeah.
So
legit tactic.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, and I think, like I say, the combat is really good. I don't know. I've not found it to be too inconsistent or anything like that in terms of like your invincibility frames and all that shit where you're dodging. But yeah, I think it's great, and it's on Game Pass, so you don't have to fucking pay for it. So there you go. Perfecto. Right. Loving it.
Nice.
I'll finish it this week.
Do you reckon? Or is you going to be stuck on
one fucking boss? Better be. It can't take me a week to finish one boss.
All right, Dave, do you want to do one next?
Yeah. I played. Oh, and I'm doing some streaming of Bannerlord this week.
On the Seals podcast.
Seal podcast, yeah.
I did not get a notification of that.
So I thought I'd updated the notification to say Banlord, but I think I'd done the podcast one.
You just not pressed done, I think. Something like that.
Yeah.
I didn't get
updated it
any
on
notification
OBS.
that the stream was happening though.
Oh,
so
okay.
I did.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
I did.
did you?
Yeah.
Mm.
And Neil was like, "Yeah, you've done it wrong." Oh, fuck's sake.
Oh, maybe
Straight
I
away.
did and I just ignored it.
But no, yeah. Yeah.
You got a notification earlier in the day that he was going to do it, which I didn't see because my WhatsApp wasn't working.
But no, yeah, I don't know. I saw I had Bannerlord on my list. I only put like 50 hours into it, and it's not a new
Only
game.
50 hours.
And I really liked Bannerlord. Bannerlord is a great RPG medieval game with strategy and yeah, it's really good. So I was like, oh, if I get, I'll install it and play it again. No mods, no nothing, just playing the standard what's on Steam at the moment. And yeah, really enjoying it again. Put in loads of hours into it. I streamed for about 5 hours on, was it Tuesday, Wednesday? Can't remember.
All right.
And I've put in loads more since then as well. I'm I'll stream this. Oh, hang on, I'll just do this one thing. Like a couple of hours later, oh shit, like, didn't stream it and just playing. But no, it's really good. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's on cheap or anything at the moment, but if anyone fancies a really epic RPG that is just so deep, yeah, pick it up because you'll sink hours and hours and hours into it. Yeah, it's like, well, it's not a new game, but it's really good, really good. Yeah, you have to. Yeah, like if you're at all interested, just pick it up because it's so good.
What is it like?
What is it like? It's like, oh right, okay, it's like Total War, but it's not.
But you get into real time. Third person combat.
You're into real time map movement, but then like the movement on map is based on if you're moving, but you can forward time or pause time, and you go into separated like areas for combat, and you complete the combat, and then it goes back into the map, and then you've got real time or paused or forwarded time into them. It's I think that's the best kind of way of explaining it is it's similar to some of the later Total War games where you're doing a lot of sort of 4x. You're trying to take over. Obviously, there is a story in it. You don't have to follow the story. It's typical open world RPG. Open world being the created map, and if you want, there is so many conversion mods. There's there's the whole Game of Thrones, or
so it's, did we mention it's medieval combat? Did you say that?
it's medieval combat. Yeah, it's based on I'm not sure if I said about it, but it's based on, like, think of knights and around that era of horse based.
Is it medieval or is it like before?
It is. No, it is. I'd say it's medieval because there is like trebuchets and giant catapults, and big archeries. There's archers and
Because
javelins.
they didn't have all of this
mace.
shit in the Roman times as well.
I don't know if they had trebuchets. Not sure. I think that's a
Right.
little bit later. But yeah, it's a fictional world. There's no real world equivalent to it. And there's 8 different factions areas that are slightly different, and some factions are more archer horse based, and some are more sort of Viking axe wielding berserker and you go around and you can pick and choose your different army constructs.
How
And
do you get soldiers? Because you're commanding like a unit of soldiers as well as as controlling
yes,
yourself. So
so
how
so
do
you
you
start
gain your
off as a
soldiers?
clan. You start off as a clan and a family. So you go around and basically you you defeat enemies and you sell their wares and any hostages that you get into different towns, and you get a various amount of money. So you're trying to upgrade your gear on your character, and any gear that's left over is you sell, and you can recruit people into your army. But your army is dependent on your level in your leadership, and there's like 15 different categories that you can upgrade, which is leadership, one arm, one-handed, two-handed, archery, mace, um, medicine. There's just shitloads of different things that you can upgrade. It's a complete RPG. It's not a it's not just a few things. It's all these different things, and you're constantly thinking about your family, your characters
So
that you look after, and how they upgrade, and where you want them to be in, and you can put them as governors as different towns when you take over towns. You want them to be in charge of, so you want them the best skills to be the town to be prosperous and take loads of tax and stuff. It's so deep. It's so deep. Yeah, there's you
and
could,
then you get into like chivalry style battles.
and then you get into chivalry side battles, and then the character that you are is how do you want to fight? Are you going to be an archer yourself? Are you going to use pole arms? Are you going to be swords, two-handed swords? Are you going to be shields? Like, or do you just want to sit back and like command the army? And how you do that, the better your leadership and your stewardship is like how the army actually reacts to your commands. And yeah, there's it's it's, it I can't do it justice by talking about it because there's so much to it. Yeah, I just know that I fucking love playing it. And when I fuck up, I know that I'm the fuck up.
Yeah.
I've done it wrong. And that's the good thing about it, is that when I accidentally get rolled over by like 500 troops on the like when I'm in a war, and I've got like 50, I'm like, that was my
Like,
fault.
oh shit.
Like like yeah, everything
Leadership
everything
rating's taking a bit of a beasting. Yeah.
yeah, and you get captured, or you can get beheaded, and you
Oh,
get
nice.
like you go to your next in line. Or you actually
So it
just
is
get
like
they
a bit like Crusader Kingsy in a way,
a
in terms of
little
like
bit, yeah.
progression.
Yeah, not in such that you can, although later in the game I haven't got to this point, is that you can create your own kingdom and basically run your own kingdom. At the moment, I am a vassal of a lower kingdom from this new gameplay. I'm only probably 10, 12 hours in. The end of the point is that you want to become your own kingdom and you want to take over as much as possible. So yeah, I'm not at that point yet, and it's not. There are people that probably can do that in the time frame that I'm playing, but this is my second or third playthrough, so I'm nowhere near it. But no, it's yeah, it's really good. It's just so easy to get. It's another one of those. Oh, just one more thing. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. Oh, I'll just do this tournament because I want to get a bit more renowned to increase my clan level. Oh, once I've done this, I'll just trade off all this thing. Oh, there's an army there that I could probably roll over. Oh yeah, I'll take over that. Instead
4 in
of
the
quick
morning.
quick resolving the battle, I'll go into it because I know I'll do better than the auto resolve into it. Oh, I've just got a few more bits. I'll go back to the town. Oh, there's another tournament on. Oh, still,
Yes.
it's dangerous.
Any multiplayer?
There is multiplayer. I don't know how it works. No idea how it works.
Right.
I don't think it's multiplayer in the singular map, and everybody abides by the same time rules. I think it's like create an army with a certain amount of resources and pile in. and see how you do. But I haven't played around with that. I'm just enjoying the single player stuff.
Cool.
So yeah, brilliant game. I'd highly recommend it.
All
And
right.
that's just on PC, is it? I think.
No, it's not.
No?
It's on PlayStation
Okay.
and Xbox.
Do you
Yeah.
play with mouse and keyboard, I assume, when you're playing it?
I play mouse and keyboard. I was playing it on my Steam Deck
Oh,
earlier. So
Mhm.
yeah,
nice.
and that is basically controller controls. So yeah.
All right.
And the good thing
Cool.
about Steam Deck is that the same save, because I've got a Steam. I can't remember what it's called.
Cloud save or whatever, right?
Yeah, online. Yeah, it all goes to cloud save. Yeah, just load it on my Steam Deck, retrieve my game that I was playing the night before, and started, and it was fine. Yeah.
Cool.
All right. Bannerlord people.
Bannerlord. Check it out.
Okay. What do we want to do next? Neil?
Right, I'll talk about a brand new game that came out today that was mentioned in a question earlier, which may be why I picked this one. Question. So I've got the new Super Mario game. I'm not going to show any gameplay of this because I'll probably get fucking banned.
Yeah.
I was about to type it in. Actually, no, it's Nintendo. No, we won't be doing that. So yeah, I bought the new Super Mario Brothers Wonder game that came out today. I've not played loads of it. Only played about an hour. So it's back to 2D Mario.
Okay.
It looks fucking amazing. I have to say, I was like, is this running on a Switch? It looks fucking nuts on my TV.
Yeah.
It's relatively basic, I guess, but compared to like a fucking Cyberpunk or whatever, but it looks absolutely gorgeous on the TV. Blown away by what it looks like, and barely scratching the surface of the new gameplay mechanics. I've run around as Mario Elephant, whatever his name is, quite a lot. So he does elephant things, runs around and waves his trunk and knocks things over. Ooh,
I
what?
was just looking online because I was like, "Oh shit! I should put myself
this
in
at
the
the
queue to
library.
rent it from the library." Yeah, normally, like there's 8 or whatever people in front of you. There's 27 holds on
Yeah,
it.
mate, that you ain't getting that.
I ain't see. No, I have to go buy it.
Well, the reason I bought it on the launch day, which I don't normally do, it's a Mario game, so I pretty guarantee it's
Not
going
like
to
you,
be baller.
like Mario.
Right. It's going to be it's going to be good.
Ordinary.
And there was a 20% discount or 25% discount coupon at Curry's a couple of weeks back, which you could do. I was like, fuck it then. It's like 37 quid. It's like, fine.
Nice.
So came this afternoon, had a little blast. So yeah, it's a 2D Mario, but it's fucking bonkers.
Yeah.
So you have to, obviously, you're collecting something to progress, aren't you? In the Mario 2D games, or any of the Mario games, you have to collect a number of stars or a number of coins or whatever to unlock the next fucking stage that you can get to. This thing, I'm collecting Wonder Seeds. And during the levels, there are these Wonder Flowers that you jump into, and then it transforms the level into this fucking hallucinogenic trip for about fucking 2 minutes. It's fucking mental. So yeah, you jump into the flower and something crazy happens in the level. Changes the level, and you are suddenly doing a speed run, or you have to fucking. You're basically collecting fucking purple things, whatever. They're not coins. They look like they're basically purple coins. Can't remember what they're called. And at the end of this, whatever happens, there's usually one of these Wonder Seeds that you have to collect. And if you don't do it quick enough or whatever, you don't get the seed. But that is not usually the only seed available in the level. So, as it's the tradition with these games, you just replay the level until you do it properly. So yeah, it's a very early days for me. I've only done like 7 or 8 levels maybe,
Nice.
and in between it's like classic Super Mario World, where Super Mario World on SNES, where you're in like this overworld map and
overworld,
you
yeah.
just jump to. But now you're a bit like, it's not just like literally you go press right and it goes to the next thing. There's areas where you can run around and choose a one of 3 or 4 levels to go into, and they're like usually rated with a difficulty rating, and your usual stuff like hopping down pipes and up tubes, and fucking Elephant Mario's cool. Your Flame Mario's there. You've also got these things, badges, that you can buy sometimes, or you get given for doing things, and they give you extra abilities. Like one of the badges I've got, the first badge you get, I think it's the first badge everyone gets, is you get like your hat becomes like a fucking parachute, so you can glide distances. Okay. On top of all of the other abilities, whatever you're like Elephant Mario or Flame Mario, whatever, you can still do this parachute. And then I've got another badge that's like you automatically start the level with like the Super Mario mushroom version available to you if you're not already a character. But there's like, I think I've died once out of all of the times I played it. So it's
Mario goodness.
An excellent Mario game, and it's more bonkers than anything I've ever played, probably. In terms of that, like the way it transformed, the stuff that goes. I mean, I've literally played like the first few,
I might have
so
to go pick this up.
I wonder what's going to happen in the later levels where it changes the wonderful hour, the thing that changes the levels and stuff like that. There's like little bonus levels along the way. So I've done like a race. I had to race one of the, what are the things, like the load of the balls attached to each other. It looks like a caterpillar. Yeah. I can't remember what it's called. But yeah, there's a race against one of those, and then you're like jumping around like a fucking Sonic level where you're jumping around trying to catch coins around all these different places, but at the same time going really fast to fucking beat this thing. So yeah, really impressed so far. And yeah, like I say, the main takeaway is, fuck me, that looks amazing on the Switch. It's running on the Switch, and I was like,
nice.
Wow, it just looks amazing. Like so much more detail in the characters,
right,
and stuff like that, and the backgrounds and everything. Just
it's interesting because
really
I had no idea that this was out. So I have any sort of push for it or whatever has completely passed me by.
Yeah.
So
on the same day as Spider-Man 2.
Is that out? Oh, okay.
Right. That came out today as well.
I'm so not even plugged into it.
It's just not paying
I
attention
anymore. All right. Okay. Well, I guess we're going to hear more about that. I think I could easily be tempted to go pick that up at some point as well.
I don't think it's like. I think also even with it at full price, I think it's only like 50 quid over it. Only 50 quid. So it's not like a 70 quid or whatever stupid prices.
Right. Okay. Okay, I'm conscious of the times, boys, so let's move on. Do you want to do, Dave, do you want to do that last one on your list, and then we'll all finish off because we've all played the last game?
Foxhole. Yeah. I wasn't pressured. I think that's bad wording. I saw that Matt and a few other people were playing. Yeah,
and
Lloyd,
Mark.
we're playing Foxhole, and I've always had an eye on Foxhole. Foxhole is best described as a isometric view of a battlefield. That's an MMO at the same time, where there's a grand map, and you are one character in thousands, maybe tens of thousands of people on each side, fighting for possession and control of certain areas of this map. The map is extremely large. It's split into hexagonal sections, and each hexagonal, it takes about 5-10 minutes. Probably it's more like 10 minutes to drive in a vehicle from one side to the other to get to move through the map. Everything on the map is is created by characters in the map. So you're not only fighting, but you're potentially mining resources, refining those resources, and converting those refined resources into guns, bullets, artillery,
Barricades.
everything, anything and everything that you want for war.
Right.
Even going down to different different clothing, like you to set your, so whether you're a medic or just a normal soldier, or if you're a commander, so you get different bonuses for being a commander. If you can get a radio, or if you to create shovels to actually create foxholes, the bunkers that you sit in, or you might want to create some concrete, and the concrete is made for like armored bunkers. Is the whole everything in it is created by the users. It's so complicated. I've put 5 hours into it, and not even touched the surface of where we are. We joined in like where it was in the middle of a map conquest, and we were on the losing side, because there was the lowest amount of people there, and yeah, every time we logged on, there was less and less map that we could join into, and it was a losing battle. It's been very recently. It's been reset to so it's 50-50 again. There is only 2 factions that you can join in. I can't remember their names, and there's no real equivalent.
The goodies and baddies.
It's not really. It's just 2 sides of the same coin. They're both, I think one's like Germany and the other one's Italy.
Exactly. Could be. Oh right. No, they can't. They were
Well,
allies.
yeah,
They were both. It's the baddies and the baddies.
yeah, pretty much. There's no real goodies. It's not really equivalent to anything, and they've done that obviously, purposefully to say, there is no goodies and baddies, because everyone would want to join the goodies, but it's like they're both pretty shit. So, but they're both shit in their own different ways. So, I think they actually made quite a good decision on that. But yeah.
So have you there's like a new naval warfare update? It would appear. Have you
that is happening on the 26th. That's coming
So
out.
when I saw everybody playing this, it was about the same time you did, Dave, and I could easily have maybe could have easily been persuaded into the purchase, get caught up in that group swell.
Mm-hmm.
But time has served me well, and I have jumped in on things like Scum, Squad.
Yeah.
There's probably another couple in there where the buzz has been good and then it drops off. And I'm left sitting there going, yeah, okay, now I have a $40, $50 game in my account where I'm not playing anymore.
Yeah.
So my opinion was, I'm going to hold back. I'm not going to buy it. I'm going to see if it's got legs, and I've not seen anyone play it this week.
I am going to start playing it again, because I know the map has been reset. We joined in on the losing side of the battle, and it was a losing side. So, and there was a lot to learn. Like it was a trial by fire. When we jumped in.
Looks like the game's a lot of people are going to be shouting at you because you don't know what you're doing.
No, I think that obviously there's that on.
Because it's all like one big battle. There's no like easy mode to jump in, is there? It's like you're just in at the deep end.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. There's the how to say it. The learning curve is steep, and when I say steep, it's
vertical.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, that's the
Um,
other reason I like holding back as well. Let somebody do the heavy
yeah,
lifting on how to play, and then
yeah. There is training modes, and there is like a
nothing's quicker than
very
playing with Matt
basic.
when he knows how
Yeah,
to play it.
there is a very basic like way of doing it, but same as everything. Like the training session that you give it, and then actually how it works in the real world is massively different. So yeah, there's like everything is public unless it's not. So you can use the resources that you gather to create factories in certain areas, and you can have them as public factories, so they can create everything, or private, whereas there's clans and like organizations on each side that um, reserve and keep reserving the right to access these particular factories to produce weapons or vehicles or artillery or um, yeah, it's again, it's another game that is so complex. I'm not doing it justice. If you're at all interested in an MMO that is a continual MMO and things that you do actually matter across the whole world, and you like the World War II theme, look at Foxhole.
How many how many could we have like as a team? Like
I think it's limitless. I think like we're talking thousands.
yeah.
Yeah. I
No, I
don't
just
think
so like if I'm not saying that we could get loads of people,
yeah.
but again, if there's a
I
lot
think
of
like
interest.
I think like it's all separated into different things. I think as a company, like there's 8. But then if we have more than 8, then you can separate that into like battalions, and you can have like the different leaders of the different companies and a battalion leader, and then
Yeah.
and
Like if we
yeah,
could get 8 and be a battalion, how effective could we be?
yeah,
As
really, yeah.
as a synced fighting unit, right?
I think it,
And I use synced in the loosest of terms, depending on what who's there and what time of
yeah.
day.
Um, there's always friendly fire.
Right.
Um,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
So
great.
I think I
so
blew somebody up with friendly fire this
uh,
morning.
so there's no such thing as friendly fire, like the friendly, yeah. That's my favorite quote. Um, so yeah, like as a as an effective fighting squad, if you're if you're pushing in the right area where there's no defenses, brilliant. You'd actually make ground. Um, but well, or yeah, as a squad, as a battalion in an area that is being contested, you being a organized team, I think would make a difference.
Yeah, as a fighting force, right?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
could put up as a massive defense, or even logistically, if as a team, as an 8, you're pushing both guns, ammunition, and artillery into the right areas for other people to use. Like, yeah, that would be a thing, because I think what I've been reading is the main reason why front lines fall apart is there's not the logistics or the resources for people that are coming into there to defend themselves with.
Right.
You get when you spawn into an area, you get thrown in with like a pistol and about 8 bullets. But like that is not going to cut it when you're facing down like people in
Another battalion.
yeah yeah like just people charging at you
Yeah.
with like rifles and shotguns and bayonets, and when there's artillery like that's thrown around you, you need medics, you need like people to heal you on the battlefield so you can get up and continue to fight. And this is all I, I'm talking about it, and I talk about it easily, but it's all in a top-down view, and it's it's not easy to work at this stuff out. I say I've only spent 5 hours into it. I'm not sure how many people are killed, because it's not, you don't get a kill counter. It's not like you you shoot somebody and you get a written description of who you killed. You like a lot of
Or
times
part of a
You
bigger
just
picture,
killed
right?
a nameless soldier.
well, no, you don't even get a notification. Like I know I've been firing like an automatic weapon into like a
You have no idea who you've
bushes.
killed.
No, and
That's
it's
interesting.
only like I know the only way I've known I've killed people is by I've been shooting into bushes where I've seen fire coming from. A couple of minutes later, I walked in and I saw 2 people dead in the thing. I assumed I killed them because I was firing into where they were and they haven't been firing back after I put some automatic fire down. Didn't know that I've done like, and that's the reality of war. Like that's the reality of actual real world thing. Like you don't know you've killed them. You just see
Yeah.
where shooting is happening. You shoot back, and then they stop firing. Was it you? Like,
No, it was
and
it was him. I didn't do it.
yeah. Um, but there is a progression. I don't know the realities of it. I don't know how that works or how I understand how it works. I'm just enjoying what I do. I go in, I do some fighting, I do some resource gathering. I sometimes pick some stuff in the truck and push it to the front line. But so yeah, so I will jump in again. My time has been limited by Banlord because I've got into that game again. I'm glad I picked it up. I've always looked at it and been very interested.
Yeah. Well, the
It is,
premise again with these things, the premise sounds good. I think it needs to be the right environment for me to jump in, and by the right environment, I mean everyone's got to be on board and we're having a laugh
yeah,
playing it, right? I don't want to play this on my own or anything. So,
no. So,
so I guess we'll hear some more about it from you then,
yep,
Maybe.
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 All right, okay. Let's move on then to the final game, which I'm sure everybody's going to be talking about on every podcast this week.
You think?
Which is Forza Motorsport. Is there a number
Forza.
attached to this one?
No, this is a reboot.
Oh, sorry, Forza. Oh,
What's
is
that?
it?
Did you not listen to the introduction that was unskippable?
No.
That sounded like story to me.
Yeah. Okay, I'll tell you where I am with this. I have loaded Forza up on my Series S. Works well.
Brilliant.
Obviously, and one would expect it to. Probably, nice and optimized. I've also loaded up Forza on my PC. Works well. So everything is
Happy.
good. Yeah.
You're getting some
and this
coaching.
is just I'm just going to get, I've been getting some coaching. I'm just going to push the, put mice, and you guys are more racers than I am. So I'm going to probably defer maybe to the minutiae of the game to you guys. For me, a little bit of faff getting in, but not too much. Looks beautiful, runs well on everything that I'm running it on. And then I think I started it and I was like, okay. That's right. I picked the Mustang as my first car, right? Bad move, doesn't turn, stacked it. Just went, what am I doing? I never liked these big American muscle cars. But then somebody started posting up the rivals times, and I'm like, I need in on this action. See, all I care about is making someone feel bad by being in front of them, right? That's all I care about. We worked this out. The only reason I enjoy playing first-person shooters is because there's a possibility I'm ruining someone's day at the other end of it, right? And so I loaded that last night.
Playing Forza then.
So I'll probably stop playing Forza. So I loaded it up and played last night. Neil was giving me some backseat driving. I was sharing my screen. I'm obviously not a very good driver, as Neil will probably attest to. But I need to drive more, right? And
You need to pretend you're driving a real car. Is the key to these games.
What was funny, I mean, the first thing to say is Neil got me using gear changes, which I've never done on a racing game. But he basically said that's what you need to do. So I just nodded and went, okay. And then I played with gear changes and I loved it. I thought it added an extra element to the driving, which I really enjoyed. That being said, as soon as Neil talked to me, or as soon as I started thinking about the ghost car or whatever, I lost all concentration, was stacking it, bad gear changes. But there were some brief moments where you get that. You know what I'm talking about. There's the brief moments where it's working, it's flowing, right? It's like all things, right? And I had maybe just a taste of that on one corner. That's all I needed. Just one corner was enough for me to go, oh yeah, that was quite good. So I think I'll play some more. I pushed for the rivals. I think I beat Itza. Eat it, Itza. I went ahead of you, I think, on the rivals. And then I was just fucking all over the shop. I couldn't get anywhere near Lord. But I've got it there. I'm going to jump in. I think there's some value in here. I've got, especially with it being on the S, as a drop in and just play it, right? Oh, let's sit down on the sofa and just play it for a few rounds. So
you can just jump in for 10 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever.
Do a few laps on the rivals and whatever.
Just it's all about, well, you can watch some videos if you want to get better, for sure.
Just drive about and work out where you're doing wrong.
Well, yeah, but like there's some good things to think about.
I think there's some racing fundamentals that I don't know.
Yes, there are definitely some fundamentals of like, you brake before you turn. You want to slow down before the corner and not during the corner, and you want to be exiting corners at high speed, because especially there's some corners particularly, like if the corner you're in goes onto a really long fucking straight, then the key is you've got to be as fast as possible coming out of that corner, because if you're every mile an hour you're slow coming out is like 10 miles an hour, probably slower at the other end of it.
Yeah, don't sacrifice in speed going in, or sacrifice speed going in with increased speed going out.
Yeah. So there's a lot of technicalities about like being quick over a whole lap, but like you only learn that by like.
But the thing is, like,
I
find that with the rivals is a really good thing. Is that every rival that you beat, you go into the next person that's a rival, and if you haven't got somebody that's a rival in your friends list, it goes to like a slightly better
really
time.
Close to you,
and all those things, and then also it also gives you a score on every corner on how you did on that corner, so which you can use to work out what you're doing right and wrong on those corners.
It doesn't really tell you what you're doing wrong, though. That's the only thing I would say.
Well, no, it tells you it tells you are doing it wrong, not
it doesn't tell you how to do it better.
No, but you understand that if you're going into a corner and you're not stable, that the car's sliding or your wheel spinning as you're going through.
There's a lot of audio cues for sure. It's very good on the
there's a lot of audio cues, and there's a lot of cues on the I've got to use the Xbox controller.
Yeah.
Just the vibration on that is a cue that the wheels are spinning.
Yeah.
And when the wheels are spinning, there's no traction on the ground.
They ain't putting the power down on the tarmac.
So you're not putting the power back.
It's fun though sometimes to be a little bit loosey.
Or sometimes, you do want to push the car on the outside, but because your wheels are on the inside of the track, you're still on the track, but your wheels are being pushed out, and then you can get a bit more grip once they actually get power, but you've kept a bit more speed through the corner. There is a lot to it.
Yeah, like you can get a lot quickly, but like the final parts of getting like really quick take a lot of time to work.
But see, we've been trading times. To be honest, I took fucking ages trying to beat your time. I'm not gonna lie.
Don't tell him that.
Like I spent a good hour.
Mate, play the game. You should have told him you fucking woke up, sleep still in your eyes, and just went bang.
That's what I did.
Done.
well, I started off.
He knows.
Yeah, I started off with all the assists on. Why am I posting like 126, 127? This is terrible. And then I looked at Neil's and was like, oh, right, it's got all the assists off.
Yeah, it does a very good job of showing you that, which was cool.
Yeah,
In the
bar one, it was, I think you had the
I
ABS
have
on.
ABS
so I kept
on.
it on.
I'm eyeing up the traction control now. Going, that's the only one I've got on.
Uh,
I think
that you
ABS
guys
could be
don't.
going for me because I've now sussed out how much you need to pull on the brakes a bit.
Right.
The ABS is kicking in a bit less now. So
Interesting.
So and then like the manual gear change. Like, okay, right. So I messed about that. I instantly shaved off like 4 seconds.
yeah,
So I was down to 122. I can't remember the times, but or 123. I got down to like within 3 seconds, and then I spent an hour going around the track versus different ghosts, working out what they were doing, how they were doing it, and then, like I've got it now. Like literally, I posted a time, and I was like, oh, brilliant, But I knew Neil was going to come back. I was like, I'm not gonna try and beat it anymore because I'll see what you've come out with. And then I'm not sure who beat Neil on the next one, but it like
Sean
beat you
beat me by 3/1000th of a second.
3 once. Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck?
He still
That's like
beat
you can't even measure that in a like a human can't perceive
not
that
even a
amount of
blink.
time.
Yeah. It's shorter than a blink. So I thought, I'll wait until I'll wait and see what happens, and then I'll jump on again. But I actually like that. That's the part that I like, is that
Like that, doing a bit of that. That's because you're doing the same thing over and over and over again.
Yeah.
So you learn the track, you learn how to drive that particular car better. But there's fucking loads of cars. But you pick up the fundamentals. Like that car that we've been driving is a BMW, whatever it is, 1970 odd, 2002 turbo. It's not a very good car in terms of. It's quite tricky because it's
rear-wheel drive.
It's a heavy car, relatively heavy car, and it's not very aerodynamic.
Yeah,
it's got a horrendous body roll, and it's really easy to get the back end going out.
Yep.
So it's probably not the best beginner car for sure.
Yep.
You want the beginner
it's
cars
one of the
are like
cheapest
front wheel
ones that you
drive
can
cars.
buy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like I've paid for VIP. I paid £1.99 of actual cash because I cashed in a load of MS reward points. Got a £25 voucher and paid £2 to get the VIP, which means now I get double credits on everything that we do. And it gave me a load of fucking cars up front, and I get one a week for however long. So what was annoying is I'd bought one of the cars already that it gave me in the VIP pack. I was like, oh, I just had to sell that. Because it basically gives you a load of the cars to do the first few races series in the career up front. But yeah, I've played quite a lot, and I've been doing a lot of rivals, and I've actually dabbled in some multiplayer. So I did the introduction races.
Yes, you do the. What was it?
There's 3 races you have to do to get your skill rating and your safety rating, because they basically, if you go clattering into everyone, you'll get a bad safety rating. So I don't know if that excludes you probably from certain races and stuff as you go a bit deeper into the multiplayer.
See, I haven't done any multiplayer or anything.
Yeah, well, I'm actually quite impressed with the multiplayer. Like, there's definitely some issues with the game, like in terms of progression, because what they've done is in the old games, you basically just earned one currency, your credits, and you used your credits to do everything. Bought a car with credits. In some of the old games, the fucking cars were well too expensive, and you couldn't afford any of the fucking cars unless you grinded loads. So now the grind is every time you buy a car, you can't spend any of your credits to upgrade it on the parts. You have to drive the car over and over again to earn the credit, to earn car XP, and which unlocks. There's a XP that unlocks things, or car level that unlocks parts for your car, and then you earn XP that you can spend on the parts.
Yeah.
So there is a massive grind potentially to get what you want. Yeah. You have to drive the car. So, and that with there being a load of fucking cars, to get everything unlocked was going to take fucking ages.
Right. Because that's what I noticed when I was doing the rivals thing, is that my car level was going up and up and up and up, and I was like, I wonder if I should actually upgrade my car. I wonder if that'll be any better? Like,
we're not driving the best car. The best car for that, if you look at the leaderboards for the one we were talking about,
it's
is a
MX-5
Class
or
E.
something, isn't it?
It's an MX-5, 1990 MX-5, which has been tuned because it starts at a lower level, but is okay anyway. But when you've tuned it up, and I don't know, some people may add ballast because if you add ballast to the car, it might take the overall rating down, but actually not make enough difference for some of the upgrades that you've put on to make it actually quicker.
Yeah. See, I know about that is that I was thinking about making the gear ratio for third longer because I was finding I was shifting to fourth.
Yeah, but not for long.
Not for long.
Yeah,
so I was like, I was thinking of messing that, and that's where you start. That's when
was that on the Escort?
Minutiae.
Oh, sorry, was that on the BMW? Because I was. That's even I got to that point. Like when you'd never really think about it when you're automatic, because I was driving a standard or doing my manual gear changes. There were a couple of corners or points coming into corners. Where it was like, I almost want to change up to fourth, but I'm just going to hold it, and it was just bordering.
And then
on,
you hit the limiter, and you're like, and that's what I do like about this, and I'm not sure if it's the fact that I haven't played a driving game in such a long time, but that I have been thinking about more technical, even with the standard shitty car that you come with, like actually technically using that car but being like more
properly setting it up for the track.
Yeah, exactly. So
we'll probably get into
that's
it.
Cool.
So like there's sort of, it's always been like an enthusiast's game as well.
I know that. I've never tinkered on that side before, but it was just interesting. Dave says about that gear change, like that would be quite, just to extend it a little bit would be nice.
Yes.
On that.
Yeah.
Catalonia.
And I guess that's what these people are doing, because
you can do it. You can literally like get a tune for each track for each car, save it. So you just like, I'm doing this track, so I know I need a shorter ratio gearbox. What you really want is that to be topping out on the top gear at the highest speed that you can possibly reach on the longest straight, and then everything else you need to work out in between. So like, because there's a maximum potential speed you're going to reach in any car at whatever level that engine is, of the power and all that shit. So you want your top gear to top out just before you brake for the last corner, or the corner on that.
Oh, so you think like shorten it all completely because
or working backwards, right?
Yeah.
So, but then like that, then you can fiddle around with the ratios.
I was just working like shortest amount of gears, like not messing about the gears as much as possible. But I suppose
you can go into massive detail on all that sort of shit. But
now all that stuff must be available online, right? Other people's tunes. And
you could just go in. It's all in the game. You just go to like I downloaded a tune for the top car or whatever, the first one you could find that had a tune. I was like, well, I'm just going to download that tune. I haven't got the car, but I've downloaded the tune ready for when I buy that car. But I won't have the parts available either to start with.
No,
because I watched one of the ones I watched. He was like, he's got fucking massive rear spoiler and everything on it. I was like, so obviously the aero can help you with like keeping the car fucking on the track and without slipping and sliding around, but it might actually reduce the overall rating because it makes it a bit slower.
Right.
There's all sorts of crazy shit.
Yeah, it's not so fast, but it's better in the corners.
Well, I've been really enjoying it, but I like this kind of things, and it's a good balance between a sim and an arcade game. So but I actually enjoyed some of the multiplayer. I had a really good race earlier. I did the introductions, and I don't think I really did anything until today. Literally the way the multiplayer structure is pretty cool. There's like a featured multiplayer race. Once you've done you have to do 3 races to get your rating, blah, blah, blah. And then it opens up some other races and you can pick a class. So I went into there was touring cars. So I went into touring cars because touring cars are a pretty good balance of, they're quite easy to drive and they're quite quick. And you can have a lot of fun. You can bump each other around a bit without really fucking anyone up too much in touring cars. Although some people still manage to really fucking fuck people up. I have got to say, the AI has been more of a problem than the actual real people online. in terms
Okay.
of fucking spanking into me and just totally taking me out. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Major Revenge, John Wilson, your fucking driver tar, has taken me out. I don't know how many fucking times in a corner. I've been driving around a corner quite happily, and then all of a sudden I'm going fucking sideways because Major Revenge has fucking hit my back end. I'm like, for fuck's sake. And I'm like, all of a sudden at the back of the pack. But online, it's been fairly good in terms of people behaving. And because there's like, if someone just totally spanks into you, they'll get a massive penalty. Or well, they should do, the way the game works. I got a 0.7 a second penalty for literally cutting a bit of a corner in a multiplayer race earlier, but the guy I literally passed someone about the second from last corner in this race. It would have fucking been like, my car was rated 682 and everyone else's car was rated 700 and something. So I was a bit behind on the power. And I started middle of the pack, qualified about 16th, and I went up 8 places. And like some of the racing I'd had, I was like absolutely creaming people through some of the corners. I was like catching up loads through the corner.
Right.
And then they just fucking like gradually disappear down the straight because I didn't have the power to keep up. I was like, I'm going to really have to fucking nail this corner perfect to get anywhere near them. And then like, I was well later on the brakes in some of the corners, and it was just so good. It was I love multiplayer racing. It's so good when you have good races. It's great. And like,
When's that chair coming out?
mate, I don't need it because I'm playing with a controller. You don't need Forza. I don't think is. I haven't played this one obviously,
like,
but
with the view, with the actual wheel in the thing,
Yeah.
I can see the.
yeah,
Or there's a view with like, is the dash without the
without
wheel.
the steering wheel. Yeah, that's the one you want if you're having a real wheel.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I can't be dealing with it, to be honest. It's not essential. It plays fine on a controller, Forza, because it's designed for that. I haven't tried it with a steering wheel, but yeah, the multiplayer racing, like I say, there's lots of things to, what do you call it? Put people off being a twat in a multiplayer because I think you might get put in with people who offer a similar safety rating and things like that. So if all of the people who just crash into each other probably just end up playing each other.
Yeah.
So hopefully, like the safer racers end up having good races. Yeah, my skill rating jumped like fucking 300 points after one actual race today. So because I was like in a slower car, but I went up so many places. I think it boosted my skill rating loads. But yeah, I was really, really like that was a lot. The touring cars are a lot of fun, generally. That's what I used to have a lot of fun races with the old track guys, Enwood and Dave and everyone, Target. Those old days where we used to race touring cars quite a lot. So they're a good category to race. But yeah, I'll be playing a lot more of that, I should think. More rivals. The rivalry with Sean is back up and running. I think he's itching to come back on the pod and gloat. So I have to keep putting him down.
Yeah, keep him in his place. Okay, well, I guess we'll have a lot of Forza stuff to talk about going forward as well. So, and I'm aware of the time. I think it's time we said enough is enough.
Indeed.
Okay, Dave, do you want to do your bit?
I will do my bit, and I'm not ready. So hang on a second. Show. Oh my god, where is it?
You must know this by now, Dave.
Ultra.
You've done about 150 times.
I know. Well, yeah. I would like to say thank you for listening to the Still Podcast. If you'd like to ask us a question and get involved, please contact us either on Twitter. Well, what's known as Twitter is now X.
X, formerly known as Twitter, I think, is its new name.
Yeah. Every fucking time. That thing's going to implode. At Still Podcast. Email us at stillpodcast@gmail.com or join us on the Discord server. A link is pinned on Twitter, X, and Twitch.
It's on Twitch page, on the YouTube page.
Yeah.
Check it out.
It's on the Podbean page as well.
Lovely. So come in, say hello.
Maybe we'll get
Saying
some
that-
racing going.
Saying that, I think we are thinking about doing some racing on Sunday.
I don't know about
Oh, yeah.
Sunday.
Sunday racing. We haven't finalised, but I think we're going to put something on Discord, time and date, and yeah, I'm up for that. That'll be a good laugh. Get some
All right.
people on. We have a YouTube and Twitch channels which we upload and stream to when we can. You would have had 5 hours of my startup of Bannerlord this week, if you're on Twitch, which was not very interesting, but I thought it was very good.
Let's get to work, I think.
And then that's it, really. We got a shout out for our Twitterage,
Twitch chat.
Twitch
People-
chat.
Snoogans and Z-Back Black Wolf. I can't even speak. Z Black Wolf contributed in the chat. It was a bit of a quiet one tonight, but thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Thank you very
Snoogan.
much. Appreciate it.
Yeah, Snoogans, come on.
Thanks for all the questions.
Yeah, quite the questions this week. Good. Thanks for all the mail. Yeah, it's brilliant.
Yeah. Come and feel
Good.
free to have another pop at Dave. That is a controversial AI.
Who would have
opinions.
thunk if you had told me that somebody was going to get a letter like that, I would have put my house on it not being Dave.
I wonder who would it be then?
Me or you. All right. Okay. Thanks very much, everyone. Much appreciated, and we'll catch up with you next week.
See you soon.
Thanks, guys. See you later.
Later.